Hello, right. Time to finish this off. We left off last time going straight into the finale. But when I looked at the floor chart, there was tons of stuff left to still go through. So I thought I'd leave it for one extra session. And here we are.
This is the place.
Okay. Quick look, just to remind myself. Oh. Weird controller drift happening. Controller, behave. Okay, that was weird. Right, so last time we found out that Santa is most likely 0. He seems to be. And that his and June's bracelets are not the numbers we thought they were. We thought June's was 6, but it turns out her bracelet's actually number 9. And we thought his was a number 3. Turns out he was 0. And he's been hiding that fact by always going through the same doors as June. We still don't know who Guy X is. We don't know why Snake was in the coffin, or how he ended up there. So there's still a bunch of stuff left to find out, and we've still got a whole list to go through. So there's plenty more to see. Yes, we've got Seven, Snake, and Clover with us, I think. Yeah.
Wow!
Oh, the library.
It's totally full of books!
There's so many. I don't know where to look.
All right, if we want to get through that door out there, we need the Neptune key. I say we split up and look for it.
Okay.
Very well.
Seriously, what's up with those robes?
Sure thing.
Good. Let's get started then. We don't have a lot of time. Hurry.
Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the Forest of Knowledge. As he began his search, for reasons he didn't fully understand, Junpei felt those particular words float through his mind. Okay, this is an actual escape room sequence. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay, let's get myself orientated. Map. Okay. Okay, we're looking at the same section, just at different... Okay. Right, first things first, that table. There's a note on the table. Lights to the books. Huh? What does that mean? Interesting. Well, intelligence often hides itself in darkness. Have you ever thought about the pages of a book? Each page only sees, what, maybe 2 or 3 minutes of light before the reader is on to the next? They spend the rest of their lives locked in darkness, rather like myself. That's horrible. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining, not at all. I live in the darkness, yes. But that has gifted me with the ability to catch the truths others might miss. I can hear the voices hidden in the darkness, you might say. Cool. Okay. What's the deal with these titles? They're just a bunch of gibberish. Hey, what if we, switch them around? Switch them around? Yeah. If we move them around, maybe they'll spell something. Oh, I get it. Yeah, heck, it's worth a shot. Okay, well... Open seems pretty... Open here, find... Well... How about this? Looks like putting the books in the right order opened this thing right up. Yeah, that was a piece of cake. Hooray! You did it, Jumpy. I guess that turned out well enough. So the letters of the title spell out, open here, find bulb. Powerful light bulb. Is that all there was on this wall? Paleontology, this one's about fossils, right? Ammonites are pretty nasty looking. Okay. This one's Mother Nature. Is that some sort of book about hippie chicks? Probably not. Except perhaps tangentially. It's most likely about environmental protection. I was just trying to make a joke. Dude, hippie chicks, really? The theory of evolution. Heck, even I know this one. That's that Darwin guy, right? Well, yes and no. Charles Darwin wrote a book called On the Origins of Species. In it, he put forth his theory of evolution. Yeah, I remember that part. He called it natural selection. Exactly. Introduction to geology, huh? Thinking about the Earth, even when you're on the ocean. Kind of romantic in a way, I guess. Is this anything? This one says Transitions of Extinct Species. We need to hurry it up, or we're going to end up like in the pages of the book like that. Is these anything? Theories of the Cambrian explosion. Did a bomb go off somewhere called Cambria? Wrong kind of explosion. That's the theoretical explosion of life in the primordial soup kind of thing, I think. Roughly 500 million years ago, during what is known as the Cambrian period. Research suggests that a variety of living organisms increased by an order of magnitude. Why that happened is, however, still something of a mystery. There are a number of theories. If this book is most likely a collection of them. Okay, was that all of them? Micrographia, huh? Ah yes, Robert Hooke's famous work, first published in 1665. He built a microscope and examined insects, inorganic substances, and other things too small to be seen in detail by the human eyes. He then drew pictures of many of the things he examined and published them in a book. I'd hazard a guess this shelf is concerned with natural sciences. Why did mankind lose their tails? Jumper, do you know what this one's about? Why are you asking me? I didn't even know we had tails to lose. Maybe you should ask a human with a tail. Mankind's ancestors most likely lost their tails as they were no longer useful, and the nutrients required to grow them were better put to use elsewhere. At least that's what I read. I was rather young, I may have remembered it incorrectly. Huh? Why the hell would a kid be reading a book like that? I think that was all of them. Okay. Oh my god. A kid's book here? Looks like a children's story about Native Americans. Don't you think a random book like that is kind of suspicious? Maybe you ought to hold on to it. Okay. Let's look around for any oddly coloured books like that one there. This one, it looks just like that picture book from earlier. The one with the pop-ups. You think they're part of a series or something? They do share the same binding. What's that one? Something baseball? There's a baseball in this one. Come on, jump here, let's see what's in it. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's probably something to do with baseball. Oh. Head. Okay, so this one, Native Americans. K, two L's and an I. You'd think it'd be kill, but it's not in the right order for that. L-I-L-K? Is that the same one? Ancient Gladiators. What's this book doing here? Maybe they were searching humans' physical limits across history. Okay. I assume it's just going to be the red spined books that are actual ones we can pick up. Energy theory, huh? I don't even understand the damn title. Looks like these shelves are science and technology. That's our open stuff. Energy theory, development of nanotechnology materials, interactions between shortwave energy and matter. What else have we got? Just listening to you read those titles is giving me a headache. Can't say fancy technology stuff and I get along real well. Keep on talking about that stuff and you're going to put me to sleep. Okay, is that another one of those? Okay. Oh, it's the same bookcase, just from a different angle. Okay, I understand. Right, what's down here then? Is it the same again? Yeah, kinda. Dead kind. What the hell is this? Wasn't that a German mathematician? Maybe it's a compilation of his work. Owen? Owen isn't enough to go on. Perhaps it's about the English Revolutionary? Leibniz. Is this book is in German. It looks like it's the complete works of something. I've never heard of it. Well, if Snake doesn't know what it is, I don't think we'll ever know. Sheldrake. Sheldrake. Isn't Sheldrake? And I've heard the name, I'm not entirely sure who that is. Does it make a difference that the two on the left hand side, there's 7 tomes each, and there's 8 on here, on the right hand side? Algebraic number theory. Math, huh? There's another one like it over there. You mean something like primary number theory, or analytical number theory, or geometry? Oh my gosh, how did you know? Nobody said anything about those. Well, number theory is usually split into 4 chief disciplines. If there was a book about algebraic number theory, I took a wild guess and the other 3 would be there as well. Looks like I was right. That's a weird book, Jumpy. Indian my god, I can't speak. Mathematics. Haha, that's funny. Why is that funny? Okay, another red book. Hey, there's another one of those picture books here. Something about these feels kinda nice, you know? Brings back good memories. I guess even people like 7 were kids once. No shit, you little brat. Guys, cool it. Alright, I think I'm gonna take the picture, take this picture book with me. Tales of Old Japan. It's got a magic wand in it, okay. So, what's inside? Well, aren't you going to open it? Pretty sure it's just going to have some pages inside. Smart. Oh. Okay, SE5. I or 1? Or is it a minus, based on the orientation? Books in all kind of languages. Bunch of astronomy books, but that's locked with something. 6-digit number code. Middle of the glass door is a cylinder lock. You know, the kind of lock where you rotate numbers around until you get the right ones to open it. What the hell is this? Looks like they just gave us the answer. It's like they gave us the answer. I guess I might as well give it a shot. Did they give us the answer? Oh, okay. Really? 632. Oh, that's weird. Okay, 6 3 2 4 1 5. I assume that's not actually going to be the answer. Really? You did it, Junpei! Yay! I don't know why, but I don't really feel particularly happy about being praised for that. Whatever. At least the lock's open now. Let's see if we can get this thing open, alright? Huh. Okay, sure. They just gave us the answer. What the hell is this thing? Oh, okay. Gonna need 3 bulbs for this. Hey, didn't we find some kinda really powerful light bulb earlier? Why don't you put it into one of those lights? Yeah. Well, it'll get a lot brighter, but if there are 3 lights, that means 3 light bulbs. There won't be much point unless we can replace all 3 bulbs. Oh, we're gonna put the pop-up books on these stands and then the shadows are gonna show something. I getcha. Okay. I understand now. Alright, 3rd bulb, where the fuck is that gonna be? It's gonna be something to do with these, right? Okay, there's way too many like shelves to sit here and read through all of the dialogue for it. So let's just hammer our way through these. This was the shelf we got one of the books from. Why is that a different colour? Origins of Japanese folklore. Okay. So this is all Japanese literature, I take it. Oh, one of the books is warm. Oh, sorry. Okay, that was weird. Different languages. Okay, back upstairs. My god. That's a bunch of science stuff. Okay, that's the same bookcase. Yeah. Bunch of science books. Is this going to be religious books? No, history, from the looks of it. Yes, various world history books. Okay. Yeah, we didn't actually bother to look at this massive fucking door. Let's have a look. That's pretty impressive. Almost looks like a door to a shrine or a church or something. There's another door after it, and the passageway beyond that. At the end of that passageway is a door with that Neptune symbol engraved on it. Hurry up, we need to find the key with the mark of Neptune. Okay. This sounds like a job for the best brother-sister team in the world. Man, it's like 7 and 9 don't even exist. Can I go into the middle of the scaffolding? No, okay. Principles of monkey behavior? Okay, is this Not quite biology, but... God, if I stopped and read all this, we'd be here for ages. A lot of science stuff in this. Oh. It just was behind a random book on a random shelf. Okay, sure. Okay, small enclosure with 9 sides. There are 3 of these things that look like music stands. Maybe if I put them on top of the stands. Oh, no, I want the light bulbs. Alright, so there's 3 lights in here. I'm going to change these bulbs. Now they should... Whoa. Those light bulbs really make a difference. It's really bright in here now. Okay, the pop-up books. Small enclosure with 9 sides, and there are 3 of these things that look like music stands. Okay, how about we try putting these picture books on the stands? Then... Awesome! It looks like it worked. Way to go, Jumpy. Good job, buddy. I'm glad it kind of automatically put the books in the right things. I guess that could have been a puzzle, but yeah. These letters, they seem familiar. Shield Rake 5. Oh, Shelled Rake 5. So, Shelled Rake 5. Oh, do I have to actually interact with the shadow?
Sheldrake 5?
I think I saw the rest of his collection somewhere.
Yeah, I think it was somewhere around here.
Let's go take a look.
Okay.
Sheldrake.
Have you heard of him? Sheldrake, I mean.
Yeah, Lotus told me about him.
There's a British biochemist.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes. I remember this now.
Morphogenetic fields, which relies on the theory of morphic resonance.
Really? From Lotus, huh?
Well, Clover also said something to me about that stuff.
She did?
Yeah, what was it?
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger.
That girl. I told her not to tell anyone.
Uh-huh.
You did? Why?
Well...
Look, man, I didn't push it because we're in a hurry, but I'm kind of sick of this. How about you just tell me, okay?
Tell you what?
Don't give me that. About the experiment.
Ugh. Very well, fine. I'll tell you everything.
Finally, Jesus.
Not here. Let's
Oh.
go to the top floor.
God damn it.
I suppose I might as well start by telling you why I kept quiet, and why I made sure Clover did as well.
The only reason I can think of for us to go up a floor is so that we can be pushed off the railings.
To be honest, the explanation is quite simple. Zero told me not to. I had little choice. He didn't walk up and tell me, of course. He gave me a message engraved on a card.
That's...
Oh, that's, yeah, his version of the instructions that everyone else got in Braille.
a Braille card. It looks just like the one you showed us earlier.
Yeah, right back at the start of the game.
So you had 2 cards.
No, only one.
Huh? What do you mean? I thought that card just had some rules for the Nonary game on it.
Yes, it did. And those were the rules I read you. However, they were not the only thing on the card. There was something I didn't read. Well, perhaps I should say there was something I couldn't read.
Okay.
That was...
Tell no one of the events that took place 9 years ago. Tell, and I activate your sister's detonator.
Okay, fair enough.
It's a threat on our lives.
Oh. Well, what about Clover? Did she get a message from Zero too?
I don't believe she did. But doesn't it strike you as strange that Zero would shut my mouth, but not hers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be on the safe side, however, I told her it was best not to tell anyone. Still, apparently she told you. That girl.
What's wrong with her telling me? I figured some stuff out with the things she told me. I mean, it looks like the whole activate her detonator thing was just a bluff. She's prancing around downstairs happy as a clam now that you're back.
All you hear is just like a faint popping in the background.
That's very true. I've decided I can trust you. I've decided to tell you the truth. The chance that Santa is Zero is very high. I feel I can assume Santa doesn't have the time to observe us at the moment.
True, last time we saw him, he had a gun to June's head, and he was dragging Lotus and Ace with him through the door.
And at any rate, even if he were, I very much doubt he would kill us.
Why?
Clover told me about the four-leaf clover, about the words. If he knew about that, then he was in my group during the first experiment. I'm sure of it. He wouldn't kill us, no matter what the situation was.
Hey, Snake?
Yes, I know. You want to know what happened during the experiment.
Sure do.
Yeah.
How much do you know?
16 kids kidnapped, one of them died.
Clover told me about...
And it was probably Santa's sister. There were 2 kids that already were part of the experiment.
The morphogenetic field in the experiments 9 years prior. How the experiments had taken place simultaneously at 2 locations, one being the ship and the other being a building in Nevada. And the girl that died during the experiment. She told you all that, did she? At any rate, I now know how much you've learned. All that remains for us to determine
is who did this and why, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me what happened?
Yes. The people who organized the initial experiment were from a company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
We know. Junpei in this timeline doesn't know, but we, the player, know.
There were 4 of them running the show. Gentaro Hongo,
Ace,
Nagisa Nijisaki, Teruaki Kubota, Kagechika Musashido. Hongo was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Nijisaki was his right-hand man and did the lion's share of the planning. Kubota led the company's research and development division.
Kubota. Is he the 9th man? Just looking at facial features and kind of like the size of his body. He maybe is. The guy on the right, him.
Musashido was their majority stockholder.
Is he... Oh, is he the captain? And then the second guy is maybe Guy X?
It was these 4 people who planned the initial experiment. Let me simplify it for you. Hongo designed it, and Nijisaki put it all together. Kubota developed the technology required, and Musashido provided the cash.
So it's Hongo, Nijisaki, Kubota, Musashido...
Of course, more than 4 people were required to conduct an experiment of this scale.
Of course.
To that end, they organized a top-secret team to assist them with their research. All in all, they gathered 10 people or so.
That's still not very many people.
Those 10 completed their team, and they were able to begin the project. They named it the Nonary Project. The purpose of the experiment was to research the prospect of controlling a human mind through sheer will. The vessel, I suppose you could say, for this control was the morphogenetic field. Why did the glycerin suddenly begin to crystallize? Why did the crystal structure of EDT undergo a sudden change? Why did the rats improve their puzzle-solving skills with each generation?
How do you know about that? Because that's a conversation that we had with Santa in one of the locked rooms after you were supposedly dead. So how do you... Is that just for the player's sake, or were you aware that conversation took place?
Experiments with humans produce the same results. The more people who knew the answer to a question, the more there were who could answer correctly without having seen the problem before. Why is that? How could it happen? The answer is that the shape of the answer has been stored in a field invisible to the naked eye. And through that field, the resonant event transmits information related to that answer. That's essentially the idea behind morphogenetic fields.
But that's just a theory.
Can't bring yourself to believe it?
Yeah.
Let's say someone killed another person because the devil told them to do it.
Okay,
Whether the devil exists or not has no relevance to the murder.
of course.
They believe the devil exists. Whether or not he does is immaterial.
So what matters here is that Hongo believed in the morphogenetic field.
That's right.
But I still don't get it. You said they wanted to figure out how to control people, right? That is what you were saying.
Yes.
So how are they going to do that with a morphogenetic field?
I'll keep it simple. Let's suppose 10,000 people have solved a certain problem. The chance of you knowing that answer, even if no one has told you, will go up. Let's have another example, shall we? Say 1 million people were to do a handstand right now. Tomorrow, the chances of you doing a handstand would be higher, even if you had heard nothing of this hypothetical mass handstanding. Mankind's thought process and actions are all part of a resonant event. All of the resonant events encoded in the fields are projected onto you. Of course, this assumes you believe in this theory. Do you follow so far?
Yeah.
Now, if there was a person who had the same effect as those millions of people, what would happen? If that one person were to do a handstand, other people would find themselves wanting to do handstands as well. Can you imagine what a person with powers like that would be able to do?
Come on, there's no way.
I'm not done. Imagine another scenario. Imagine another person. This is an ordinary person. Let's say he does a handstand. What if there was someone who could grab the resonant event he created by doing that and use it to make other people do handstands? What would happen then? A person who has the power to write to the field and someone who can read from the same. You could think of them as the writer and the reader, or the transmitter and the receiver. What would the world be like if there were people with abilities like these?
So the transmitter's resonant event can be transmitted through the field and sent to the receiver.
So is the idea of the actual Nonary game experiment that one team is given all of the instructions on how to play it properly? They go through the whole process and solve it and get out, and then the other team isn't informed of the rules but still receives all the information and knowledge to complete the game and escape regardless.
And then the transmitter can control the receiver however they wish. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes, close enough at least.
Come on, that's just crazy.
Well, if you want to prove that, then you'll have to test it first. At least, that was how they thought. That was why they decided to do their experiment. That was how the Nonary project began. By the way, Junpei, have you ever heard of the Gansfeld experiment?
Yes, somebody else mentioned it. I forget exactly the...
Yeah, that was an experiment in telepathy, right? You place a pair of subjects in separate rooms. Then you show one a picture,
Yeah, okay.
the other what they see.
Interesting. I'm impressed. Yes, that is exactly correct.
So, why did you bring up the Gansfeld experiment?
It was used to screen subjects for the Nonary project. The hospital in a remote town was affiliated with Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Hongo used it to conduct experiments on visiting children in secret. Some of them, he found, had potential. He began to gather children that showed promise. Children that seemed as though they might be able to access the field. Of course, none of them volunteered. They were kidnapped.
Which we know about, which includes Lotus's 2 children.
There were 9 pairs of siblings taken, for 18 children total.
Hang on. 9 pairs of siblings taken, but Snake, when he was investigating, said there was only 16 kids that went missing.
For reasons that were not fully understood at the time, each pair had one transmitter and one receiver. They were split perfectly. As such, the 18 children were split into 2 groups of 9.
Oh, fuck. June and Junpei, brother and sister.
The children who were put into Group Q were the ones who excelled at transmitting.
Like they were separated as kids or something daft like that. And they weren't aware that they were each other's siblings, maybe. Because we still don't entirely know how June and Junpei fit into all of this. Because everyone else seems to have links to the previous Nonary game.
They were transferred to the mock experiment building known as Building Q in the Nevada desert. The children who excelled at receiving were put in Group A. Group A was then placed on the former hospital ship Gigantic.
Q&A, questions and answers.
From the experiments he had conducted so far, Hongo had learned the following. There are 2 things that can increase one's resonance with the fields. The first is epiphany. The other is danger. Have you ever been faced with an especially difficult problem and thought about it very long and very hard until finally an answer suddenly appeared in your mind? It may seem obvious to say so, but that is what is meant by epiphany.
Yeah, it's literally what Junpei used to get you out of the coffin.
The information obtained through that epiphany can be easily transmitted through the fields, where it can be easily interpreted.
So does this mean that Junpei is both a sender and a receiver?
Adding danger to that equation allows for even easier field access. That's where Hongo came in. They set up a number of puzzles across the Gigantic. The participants had to solve each one before they could move to the next room. Of course, he hadn't forgotten to include danger. He had detonated a bomb on the hull of the Gigantic. The children in Group A were forced to play the Nonary game as the ship sunk. By forcing the children into a life-or-death situation, Hongo hoped to increase the likelihood of their tapping into the fields. The children from Group Q, on the other hand, were confined to the mock experiment building, Building Q. Building Q duplicated the interior and puzzles of the Gigantic exactly. Every detail was exactly the same. Hongo explained the situation to the children in Group Q. Solve the puzzles you find throughout the rooms. When you have the answers, transmit that information to the children in Group A. If you succeed, they will be able to solve the puzzles and escape.
Okay,
But if you
like I thought.
then the Gigantic will sink, and your brothers and sisters will drown.
Wow. Ace is a piece of shit.
Those were his orders. Do you know why the astronauts of Apollo 13 were able to return to Earth safely? It was because NASA had access to a replica of the Apollo 13 capsule. All of the equipment, the instruments, everything. All of it identical. Everything was just like the real Apollo 13. NASA was able to replicate the situation the astronauts found themselves in. By putting themselves in the same situation, they attempted to solve the problems the astronauts were dealing with. Once they found solutions, they reported their findings to the men aboard the actual capsule. That was how they were able to return safely. It was the same with the Gigantic in Building Q. The children from Group Q had to use the power of epiphany to solve the puzzles they found and transmit what they learned through the fields. The children in Group A, however, they had to access the fields to learn how they might advance to the next stage. That is the simplest explanation I can manage.
Okay.
Hey, Junpei, Snake! How much longer are you two gonna sit around on those bony asses?
That's rude.
Get down here already!
Junpei's ass is perfectly fine, thank you very much.
He's right. Let's go, shall we? We don't have much time. We need to get out of here and soon.
Yeah, how much time do we actually have left?
Hold it. There's one more thing I want to ask you.
Hmm?
Are you sure that there were 18 kids?
Why?
Well, I thought it was only 16.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, yes. That was what they said on the news, wasn't it? Yes, I have no doubt that 18 children were abducted and used in Hongo's experiment.
Uh-huh.
After all, you couldn't exactly play a nonary game with any less, could you?
Well, yeah, but are you saying that the news got it wrong?
Yes, I am. There were 2 more children.
Uh-huh.
However, they had no relatives that I'm aware of. I imagine no one filed a police report when they went missing.
Are you talking about yourself and Clover?
They were brother and sister, like Clover and I.
Uh-huh.
The brother's name was Aoi.
Okay. Not you two, then.
The sister's name was... Her name was Akane. That was the girl who died.
Kenny?
Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago? Then, who is June?
Oh, boy.
No. That's impossible. It can't be true. Akane isn't that uncommon of a name. If Snake had known her last name, that's a different matter entirely. So they share a name. A lot of other people do too. It doesn't mean anything.
Oh, it's going to mean absolutely everything. Is June actually Aoi? And they, like, super charged the morphic field or something. And Aoi got all of Akane's memories? Maybe?
Of course
I don't know, I'm just shooting in the dark here.
Is something wrong, Junpei? Your breathing sounds strange.
Oh, no, it's nothing. I'm fine. Let's get back down there, all right? I couldn't do it. Why didn't I ask? What's her last name? I just couldn't get the words to come out.
Okay, so... Okay, we had that massive long conversation and Clover and Seven just stood around and did nothing. Sheldrake, this is it. This is the shadow... this is what the shadow picture was pointing to. But didn't it say 5 at the end of the shadow picture? Yes, I think we need to find the 5th volume. Oh, would you look at that? There's a big red button behind this book. I guess we should press this button. That's not what I thought was going to open. What was that sound? It sounded like something really big was moving. It came from the top floor. Alright, let's go check it out. Do we have sub-rooms, or is it the end of this? Oh, what is this there? What's that? 8, 14, 10, 13. Okay. Are these locked? It's a thick metal door. There's a handle in the middle of it, though. Alright, this handle is going to open the door for me. Ah! Man, it doesn't matter how hard we pull, this thing isn't going anywhere. Looks like it's probably locked. I assume the same. Come on, door, open. Yeah. Nothing. Might as well try to open a wall. I know you're feeling kind of rushed. But you do realize that that's pointless, don't you? It's not going to get you anywhere. There's only one thing we can do. Let's go. Okay. Well, I bet you've got to type something in with that keyboard. Yeah, but you can only enter letters. Looks like you can only enter 4 letters. Oh, fuck, it's the goddamn thingamajigs again, isn't it? Is this going to be the base numbers thing again? Or is it specifically the letters of the alphabet? What the hell's the point of these Romans? What is Snake doing? These Roman numerals, if you convert them to Arabic numerals, you'll have 13, 14, 10, and 13. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's going to be the base numbers. 'Cause otherwise it's MNJM. So what if we do it as the base numbers? It would be... If you do 1 to 9, it would be 10. Which would leave... Okay. No, how I messed that up? Hang on. Convert the numbers to letters? Okay. What did I say? Let's try M and J M. Okay, so then it would be B C A B. Ah, thank you. I can just pull that up. So if we're doing it with the base numbers, like the base 16 and all that jazz, which I think is what it's trying to go for, because we've had that come up a bunch in this game. So 10 is A, I think. Oh, 13's D, no. Oh, dead. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, it was wanting us to do that. Yay, you did it, Junpei. It's unlocked now. Good job, Junpei. Whoa there, don't get too excited. The password was dead, remember? That makes me think whatever's waiting for us isn't good. So what? Jeez, you're such an old lady. We can't be worrying about stuff like that. I mean, come on. We got it unlocked, didn't we? Let's go, hurry up. So are we splitting into pairs now? Alright, Handler, it's time we got this over with. Damn it. I can't get it to open. This thing won't even budge. What? Why not? We put in the password. What else do we have to do? Then that means it's the other door. Alright, let's get this thing open. There we go. Why have the two doors though?
Alright, this is the next.
No, it didn't like randomly branch off. Why was there two doors in that room?
Ugh, the door!
Did that just close on its own?
Don't tell me we can't go back.
I don't know. Let's see. Damn it. It looks like it locks automatically.
Is there any other way out?
Well, there's another door over on the right. There's a card reader next to it.
Oh, I assume that's the door. So we're gonna... Oh, are we gonna get the Neptune key in here and then we exit through that door? That's why there was two. Oh, okay, I get you.
It's got a red light on it, though, so I'm pretty sure it's locked, too.
But there is a card reader, right?
How do you know that?
Yeah.
Then perhaps if we find a key card, we could open the door and leave?
How did you know there was a...
Well, yeah, that might work, but...
Snake, I'm still very suspicious of you.
Hey! Wait a minute! Are you you saying we're gonna have to search through this room for one little card?
Oh, man.
Oh. Oh, this is just like all spare parts from all of the different
That way.
puzzles. Yeah, there's like a dead there.
No way!
For real?
Well, we can sit down and wait to die if that's what you prefer. I rather doubt that, however, so it would be wise to start looking. We haven't much time. Let's find that key card. Oh, and the Neptune key as well.
Neptune, yeah.
We won't be able to get through the hallway without it.
I assume it's going to be the same thing, because I think they said the Neptune key was a key card.
All right then, let's begin.
Okay, first thing I want to look at is that dead. Because of the door. Solution. Wow, this room's a mess. Okay. Was there not a dead I could look at? Was it over on this? There it is, there. There's piles of crap everywhere. Man, this place is a mess. Oh, there's a ton of deads all over the place. Okay, it's not just... Okay. It's so messy, I don't know where to start. Some of this crap looks familiar. I think a lot of these parts are from the puzzles we've solved in the other rooms. If that's true, then this room could be Zero's laboratory. Perhaps Zero shut himself in this room to devise the machines and puzzles he'd need to see his plan come to fruition. Yeah, the chart from... Hey, Junpei, isn't this a nautical table? Yeah, I feel like I've seen this before. Oh, we just picked it up again, okay. Junpei, look, the rust on the heel looks like Elvis's face. Yeah, how exciting. Alright, let's go forward. What's this junk? There's a control panel in front of the big screen here. I wonder if any of these buttons do anything. Oh, this is new? I don't think we've had this... Oh no. There's something on the screen now. What's all this? There's 15 cells here with numbers written in them. Let me see that. Ah, I see. So when you touch a cell, the ones next to it turn on or off. You just gotta use that to make the all... You just gotta use that to make the all cells on the right and the bottom all green. Hey Junpei, I found this piece of paper under that thing. You wanna take a look at it? Do you think I might have something to do with the puzzle? This piece of paper Clover's given to me. Bunch of numbers and letters connected by equal signs on it. Just like she said, this is probably related to the puzzle on the screen somehow. Thanks, Clover. This really helps. Is Clover gonna be like the end romance in this game? Alright, let's go back and try it again. Anyway, it looks like I just need to make all of the cells all green. Show me that hint. Okay, this is actually super useful. So let's... Oh, right, okay. You could probably, like, brute force this. Okay, so you need those two on. You need all of them on. L needs what? 21. So I think I need to light all of them up except the top left. Yeah, I think that is what I need to do. I just need to light them all but top left. Not quite. I think I need this B turned off as well. Okay, it feels like I'm just pressing buttons now. How do I turn just you on? Oh god. I just need to turn you on. God damn it. Yeah, reset, because there's probably like a super quick solution to this. God damn it. Oh my god. This is annoying because I know exactly which ones I need to turn on and off. It's just actually getting them. Okay, turn everything off. Let's think about this. If I turn you on, then turn you. This is annoying. God damn, I'm just ending up on the exact same like problems that I've had before. I'm just spamming everywhere now because fuck it. Oh my god. This is actually doing my head in. Come on, give me a idiot's hint. Yeah, I know which numbers I need to do. It's just this sucks. This actually sucks. Because I'm sure the solution is actually like super straightforward. I just don't know how to get the right panels lit up. See, I almost had it there. I just need that one lit up instead of that one. So how do I swap them over? There we go. I'll be honest, I just looked into that one. You did it, Junpei. Yeah, so smart. Yes, yeah, it's all done through big brain energy. You seem to have done an excellent job and solved the puzzle. Okay, I think they're just like taking the piss now. Just being sarcastic. Just what I would have expected of you, Junpei. Hey, come on, you're embarrassing me. Whoa, whoa, don't get cocky, kid. We don't have time for that. Look at this. Check out the right edge of the control panel. A lid slid open and something came out. Cross emblem, okay. This all junk? Not even selectable. Aha! Okay, we need 4 of these. Oh, pardon me. What is this? This monitor is part of the machine. It's really dim though. It's got a map of the world on it, but I can barely see it. Oh, do I not have... Oh, I guess the nautical chart was a file item, not an actual, like, object. Junpei, looks like there's a compass on here. Ah, now I get it. What do you mean? I guess you weren't there, Clover, but I solved a puzzle like this in one of the wheelhouses. I think I just need to do the same thing here. The same thing? The important part is this nautical table we just found. I just have to match up the directions on the compass with the lines on the nautical table. I used the steering wheel in the wheelhouse, but this time I think I'm going to have to use the wheel attached to this side here. Okay, then show me now. Of course. Maybe I ought to run through the instructions. Looks like it probably works the same way as the steering wheel and the wheelhouse did. If I just touch the direction I want to turn it to, the compass will turn in the direction. I just gotta press stop when the compass is pointing in where I want it to. I'm betting something will happen if I do it right. Alright, let's do this. Can I look at my file? Okay, I can look at this. So it's south first. And west. Then southeast. Then northeast. then just straight east. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Fuck. I double clicked by accident. Nah, I'm gonna have to reset. Damn, that sucks. Okay, so it's southwest, southeast. Southwest, southeast, northeast, east, then north, then east. There we go. Yeah, you did it, Junpei. Good boy. Who's a good boy? Ugh, knock it off. Hey, we don't have time for screwing around right now. Check out the right side of the monitor. It just kind of slid open and something came out. Oh yeah, I heard a noise too. You know that big box in the hall by the exit? I think it made a noise, like something unlocking. You know, a noise, huh? Helm. Okay. What is this one? Let's see what happens when I... Whoa. Well, now I've got something on the screen at least. Huh? What's this? Oh, wait a minute. I saw something like this when I figured out the Morse code puzzle back in the communications office. Morse code? Yeah. The dots on here look like dits for Morse code. There's 2 dots on the first line, 4 on the second, and 1 on the last. I'm afraid I don't understand. Well, perhaps you should give it a shot anyway. Alright, I'll try. Before I do that, though, maybe I ought to run through the instructions. If I just tap the button, it'll enter a dit. If I hold the button down, it'll enter a da. Okay, and once I've inputted it, it'll say whether I'm right or not. Okay. So we're missing more information, I think. Oh, no, I don't want to give it another go. No, you don't have to give me the instructions again. Yeah, I assume there's like a piece of paper or something somewhere that I'm missing. Something written on these pieces of paper. Looks like we've got 3 sheets of this stuff. New material added to the file screen. What do they count as? Information on Alice? Yes. No. Morse code chats 1, 2, and 3. Morse code chat, found in steel shelf, blah 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 blah. Okay, so it was I IH E. Okay. IHE. Okay, I assume that's not the full thing then. Piles of crap everywhere. This is a pretty impressive mess. And if we try and search through one of these, we're going to be at it till the cows come home. Well, that doesn't sound too bad. But won't we have to bring them in ourselves then? Don't you get smart with me, kid. How about we deal with this area later, guys? Maybe we should try something more promising. Oh. Our junk. Oh. Metal shirt looks perfectly sturdy. It's framed with black and yellow warning stripes. Alright, let's open it. Ah, all ice. Hello. Oh, holy shit. pretty damn creepy. There's a coffin in there. A coffin. A coffin. Oh man, does Seven think? Yeah, he's all pale. He's thinking the same thing I am. No way. Could this be? I'm sorry, but what's going on? It's a coffin. I wonder if there's a vampire in it. That's the third coffin we've seen, because there was one in the storage area as well. Right, I guess Clover and Snake don't know the story. Man, I can't bring myself to tell them. Well, at any rate, let's have a look around. A metal plaque on the coffin. Snake's touching it. All ice? Ah, the two machines. Holy shit. Man, this is serious. Ah, well, let's open it, shall we? Clover, you could bring me a if you could give me a hand. Okay, I got it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Ha! Huh. No, look. Doesn't seem to be ready to open. Yeah, but it's not like it's screwed shut or anything. Yes, I believe it's locked in some other way. Hey, Seven, do you think you could open it with your superhuman strength? No, What's wrong? I think I'll just pass on this one, okay? What the heck? Very well, we'll just have to give up on the coffin for now. Let's look around the room a little more, shall we? Al sleeps in a chamber past the Forest of Knowledge, beneath the navel of the Gigantic. Is that actually true? Okay, is there anything else around? Is there anything? That's just a light, I guess. Fans for ventilation, circulate the air. Some kind of old computer monitors on his desk. You don't see CRT monitors much anymore. Is this... yeah, that's where we put the stuff in. Is there anything... what's this? It's so small. I wonder what it is. I've got no idea. Any of this stuff useful? Keyboard? Damn, no dice. Okay. We've only got 2 of those emblems. We'll get 1 from that. I just don't know where the other one's going to be. See, there's a little panel for it there. I guess the coffin once we do this? The Morse code one? Oh, what are all these? These monitors hang from the ceiling. Each screen shows a room on the ship. Okay. Let's do this one. Okay. Have you figured out what you're supposed to enter here, Junpei? It looks like the word that's supposed to go in here has 3 letters. It's got 3 lines and I think each line is 1 letter. I see. Well, if that's the case, then perhaps the letters you need are made up of 2 symbols. 4 symbols and 1 symbol respectively. After all, isn't that what you just said? Okay, I get it now. Yeah, okay. Hopefully it'll let me take a look at that chart. Thank you! Okay. 2 letters. Okay, what are my single letter things? E and T. Okay. My 2 letters are A, I, M, N. A, I, and M, N. What are the other vowels? U is a 3, so it's not going to be that. Is it just ice? It was just ice. Okay. Fair enough. Because the grid puzzle was all about all, A-L-L. And all ices in the room. Fair enough. I see, it seems you have solved the puzzle, Junpei. Excellent work. The answer was ice. How did you know? All I had to do was listen to the sounds the machine made. After that, it was a trivial matter to decode them. You know Morse code? Ah, yes. I believe I heard the noise from somewhere to the right of the device after you solved the puzzle. It sounded rather like something sliding open, like a coffin, maybe? Do you see anything that could have made that noise? Oh, also the little thing with the emblem in it. Ah, yes, one more thing. I heard the sound from behind the shutter. Oh, okay, that's what you were referring to. Perhaps the coffin is unlocked now. What? Code. Okay. Alright, let's check out Alice. Alright, fine, I'll open it. Okay, Junpei, you can do this. It's just a box. It's just a box. Holy shit, this is a coffin. There's gonna be something horrible in there, I just know it. Okay, okay, deep breaths. Here we go. And it's empty, except for the emblem just on the bottom there. Oh man, there's nobody in there. Shit, I can't believe I was scared of something like that. What do you mean, nobody? What, were you expecting somebody to be in there? It's a long story. Ask Junpei about it sometime. Huh? Well, just like Seven said, there's nobody in here. There is something in here, though. Well, two somethings, actually. What is that? Can we... Aha! There are two things in the bottom of the coffin. Looks like we've got a plate with an emblem on it, and... the Neptune key! Oh, it wasn't a key card, okay. Yes, we found it. Now we can get through the hallway. That's correct, Clover, but we need to get out of this room first, you know? Yeah, I know. Okay. Let's get the hell out of here as quickly as possible. I don't have any objections to that. I don't think we'll need the Neptune key in this room. It's really important though, so I'll keep it in my pocket for now. As far as the other thing goes... coffin. So we got coffin, code... helm... and cross. Alright, I put the emblems into the 4 indentations on the desk, but... Huh? Nothing's happening. Wait, what's Snake doing? I feel symbols engraved just above each indentation. On the upper left is the steering wheel symbol. On the upper right there's a cross symbol. On the bottom left there's a mysterious circle symbol. And lastly a waffle pattern is engraved in the bottom right indentation. Additionally, each symbol seems to have been given a number. 1 steering wheel, 2 cross, 3 mysterious circle, and 4 waffle patterns. Perhaps we need to insert the emblems in this order? That order, huh? And I've immediately forgotten what he said the order was. Waffle. Oh, it's actually... okay. Oh, whoa, okay. I wasn't expecting a thing for each of them. I thought we'd have to plug all 4 in and then something would happen. Whoa. Well, now we've got something on the monitors, at least. What's that? Looks like some kind of puzzle. I wonder if these things have rules. Here, I'll read them to you. When you touch a numbered area, that area will be selected. And it will turn blue to indicate this. Okay. Touching a numbered ball after selecting the area will cause the ball to be moved to that area. However, you cannot move the red balls. You can move 3 to 5 balls in a single area. Okay, so it's basically the door lock things. Press the check button once you've moved all of the balls except for the red ones, which you cannot move. The digital route of the balls in the area must match the one for that area. That's it. Okay. You still don't get it. It's literally what we've been doing the entire game with the doors. Whatever. Like they say, practice makes perfect. Let's give it a shot. Don't you mean practice makes perfect? Hey. Let's see you solve the next one. Then you can make fun of me. What did he say by mistake? I missed that. I thought he said it correctly. Okay. I need a 15 and a 12? Or a 21? Uh, 15. What does this make? Oh. Huh, I thought that was red earlier. Oh, I wonder if there's going to be 4 of these for each emblem and the red ones change each time. 3, 6, 10, 15. Okay, this is it, right? But nothing's happening. There are still 3 more indentations left empty. I imagine something will happen when they are all filled. Doesn't that seem likely? Okay, next was the steering. Oh, the cross. Okay, let's put in the emblem of the cross. Hey, Jumpy, something just showed up on the screen. This puzzle sure looks a lot like the last one. Yeah, but there's more of those red balls you can't move. The numbers for each area are different too. Looks like it's got to be the same rules as the last one, though. You sure you don't want to double check that? No, I'll be fine. If I get confused, I can just look at the screen over there, right? Anyway, like they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Let's give it a shot. Isn't that a picture is worth 1,000 words? Hey, shut it. At least I'm trying, alright? Okay. Yeah. Okay, that'll look this time. What if I make 10 with you? So I'll go 5, 2, and 3. And if I pick you, what do we make? Yeah, it kind of has to be 10. That's the only one it could be there. So presumably, yeah. That's awesome, Jumpy. There's only 2 left now. You can do it. Mysterious circle. As Snake put it. Damn, this puzzle looks a lot like the last one. Looks like the rules are the same, though. Don't you think you should double check it? Come on, this is the 3rd time I've done this. It'll be fine. So this is, if you can't think of anything clever, please don't strain yourself. You might hurt something. Ah, shut up. Just give me a break, alright? I'll think of something. Okay, the fact that Clover is saying, like, do you want to check the rules, kind of makes me think I maybe should. Okay, it's literally just giving me the rules again. Okay, I thought it was going to be... okay. I thought maybe something had changed there because of her suggesting that maybe we should double check it. Okay, I need to make 16. Excellent work, Junpei. You've only got 1 left. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, it's a lot easier than you think, because if you get 1 correct, the other one is literally just dump the rest of the numbers. Let's see what happens when I put this emblem of the coffin into the indentation. This is the 4th one. This puzzle looks a lot like the last couple. I think it's probably the last one. Once we solve this puzzle, I'm sure something will happen. Alright. I'll solve it in no time. Oh, let's do you first because we've got to make 18 with you, so... No, we'll need to make 17 with you. And make 9 with you, so... Actually, that's... The 3 smallest numbers make... 11. So it's not going to be that, so... I'm going to have to make... Yeah. There's no secret 0 number to solve this, is there? So you make 9. Because it has to be 3 numbers in there, doesn't it? No, is this even possible? Damn it, I just don't get this at all. The rules are displayed on the screen. Maybe I should read it again. Does it have to be between 3 and 5? You can only move 3 to 5 to a single area. Am I just stupid? That does equal 9, and that is 17, which does 8. But yeah. What am I missing here? What am I missing here? Because I only have 5 numbers that I can actually use. And I have to put between 3 and 5 in. Because this is like... Is there any other way of making 8? So I'd need to make 17. Yeah, I need like a 0. Or a 9. Is there gonna be some weird bullshit where it's like... No, that'd be 26. No. Do I just have to put all of them into a... Oh my god, I thought I had to fill in both. Oh my god. Okay, I'm stupid. I thought I had to fill in both blocks. I just had to get all of the coloured balls into one of the two. Okay. Huh? Where did that noise come from? Underneath the keyboard? Way to go, Junpei. You answered all the questions. Damn, Junpei, good job. Hey, did you hear something just now? Yes, I heard it as well. From the bottom left corner of the desk, I believe? Oh.
A picture. What the?
It is Ninth Man.
What the hell is this? This man with a mustache on the right.
Yeah, it was him.
Guy we found murdered in the captain's quarters.
The real number 6.
He had the 0 bracelet on his left arm. And the second man with the glasses and a doctor's coat. He's the 9th man. The one with bracelet number 9. He died after he went into War 5. But this guy, the one in the striped suit. Oh man, that's Ace.
Yeah, I guess it is.
No doubt about it.
But what does it mean? What is Ace doing in this picture? Not only Ace, the 9th man and Cap too. And they look happy, like they knew each other well. Why? How? How in the world are these 4 men connected?
You say Ace is in that picture?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was taken recently though. Ace, the 9th man, and Cap all look about 10 years younger.
Does he know who Cap is?
So the 9th man and the man you found murdered in the captain's quarters are...
I guess we did. We must have filled him in. I might just be forgetting that. I guess we did.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else? Or are there only 3 people in the picture? I'm afraid I can't see it.
No, there's one more guy. He's got kinda long hair, he looks smart but a little cold. He's the only one I don't recognize.
What's the date of the photograph?
It doesn't have one.
Did you look on the back?
The back?
Yes, the reverse. The other side.
Huh. Praying for the success of the Nonary project. With Nijisaki, Kubota, and Musashido. Huh. Then the 4 men in this picture were the organizers of the Nonary game 9 years ago. That means Ace, the 9th man, and Cap were all responsible for making it happen. But I feel like I should be more shocked about this. It's almost as if that's just how things were always supposed to be.
Because you already know it from the other timeline.
Why? Why am I not surprised? Ace was the one in charge of the Nonary project. But why? Why am I so calm? It's like I already knew.
Ah, of course. I understand now. Ace was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. He was the one who invented the game 9 years ago. He was Gentaro Hongo.
Ace is the Hongo?
I had my suspicions from the beginning. Their voices were similar. Too similar to be a coincidence. I could never forget his voice. It was the voice of the devil. I couldn't be sure, though. After all, I had no way to check. I certainly couldn't ask him. Even if I had known, however, I would never have told you. Zero made it quite clear what would have happened if I did.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
Huh?
I didn't know that Ace was Hongo.
Oh, yes. I suppose you wouldn't have. 9 years ago. You were in Building Q in Nevada, but Hongo was in the Gigantic with us.
I know. That's why I didn't know what Hongo looked like. But why? Why didn't you tell me? I mean, I'm your sister, right? You could have told me.
I'm sorry. I apologize for keeping this from you. But if I'd told you, Clover, I would have told everyone else. And if you did, then I would have been forced to tell them about what happened 9 years ago. I had to prevent that.
Hey, Junpei. You think I could borrow that picture for a sec?
Sure.
Hongo Kubota. Nijisaki Musashido. Hongo Kubota. Nijisaki Musashido. Hongo Kubota Nijisaki Musashido.
Hey, Seven, do you...
Shut it. Just be quiet. I'm this close to remembering. This close. Hongo Kubota Nijisaki Musashido. Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Nonary project. Shit.
What?
What's wrong?
Holy shit, this is nuts.
What's nuts?
I remember
Remember what?
everything.
Hey.
Yeah, I remember all of it. My memory's back. I remember what happened before I got snatched.
What?
Let me tell you what happened. Like Snake said, Ace is Hongo from the right. The other three are Musashido, Nijisaki, and Kubota. Musashido was the man with the cash. Nijisaki was Hongo's right-hand man. And Kubota developed the actual technical details of the experiments.
How do you know all this?
Come on, man, I told you, I finally got my memory back.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm trying to ask you why you knew all this stuff in the first place, before you forgot it.
You really want to know?
We already know.
Of course.
Me too.
This is gonna take a while. Hell, it'll probably take me a good 3 days to tell you everything.
Well, we don't have 3 days.
Just give us the short version, all right?
Short version, huh? All right, fine. I'll give it a shot. No promises, though. I'm a detective. It's a little awkward to say this about myself, but you could probably consider me a lone wolf type. I hold to my own code, because I think doing what's right is more important than doing what you're told. That's why I followed my gut that night. A slim lead brought me to the wharf. It was 9 years ago. The wharf had been cold as fuck, and I could barely see squat. I was investigating a mess of kidnappings, all of them children. It all had one thing in common: a history of visits to one particular hospital. A hospital under the management of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. And my investigation had turned up evidence that Cradle had been involved in the kidnappings. After a little sweet talking, I managed to finally get a real lead from someone inside Cradle. My source told me this.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
So I headed to the wharf. From the shadows, I searched the harbor until I found the ship he was talking about. There was a bunch of movement near it. Men in black suits, many of them were carrying large bags. The bags. There was something about the way they moved as they were carried. No doubt about it. There were human beings in those bags. I moved before I realized it. I came out of hiding with my gun already in my hand.
Don't move.
I felt metal touch the back of my head.
Drop the gun. I could kill you right now. It'd be easy to get away with it, too. Just tie an anchor to your feet, and no one would find you for a week. Not what you want. The fish here would love a meal.
He kept digging the cold metal thing into my skull. There was nothing I could do. I did what he said and laid my gun on the ground. Then suddenly, there was a sharp pain in my neck. A needle.
A drug?
That was my last thought. My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a light after that.
He's telling this story in a very, like, flowery way.
I woke up on a hard floor. Damn it. Shit, my head hurts. I did a quick once-over of the room. Where am I? A small, shabby bed, a dirty sink, a toilet with no privacy. I'd seen it countless times as a cop. I'm in a cell, huh? Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall. I was still pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it. I pushed and pulled on it, but... it won't open. Not like I expected much else. Would be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it unlocked. Threw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge. I knew it. I gave up and made my way back to the bed and sat down. I sat there for a very, very long time. Who knows how long. Then, I heard a faint voice. The voice was far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying, but I could hear one. It was pretty high, probably a little kid. Huh? No, it was several. I hear 5 or 6, maybe more. Where? Where are they coming from? I pressed my ear to the wall and tried to listen through it. No, that's not it. Left. It's coming from under the bed? I hauled on the metal frame and flipped the thing over. And there it was. The bed had hidden an air vent under it. The hole in the wall was covered by a metal grate. I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. I couldn't see shit, but I knew it in my gut. This was where those voices were coming from. Hold on. Why are there kids here? But then what my inside man told me popped into my head.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Am I on that ship?
This is literally just the description he gave before, word for word. They're just reusing all of the voice lines.
It didn't matter. All I knew was I had to get to those kids. I checked out the metal grate. Could I fit? I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. And then... Yeah! How do you like that, you son of a bitch? I finally got the damn thing off. Sweat was dripping down my face, so I wiped it off and crawled inside. The first bit or so was tight. I had a wriggle on my belly, wind up eventually, and there was space for me to crawl along on my hands and knees. I went from crawling like a worm in dirt to skittering like a bug. Couldn't say it was much better, but I'd take what I could get. And when I'd been in the thing long enough to start wondering where it'd take me, a massive sound nearly scared the piss out of me. It was like a heavy metal door had just been slammed shut. Then there was a voice.
Oh, did he make it to the furnace room? Yeah, the incinerator. Yeah, we still don't know what the whole point of the incinerator room was, aside from being like a location for a really cool fight sequence between Ace and Snake.
What? I wasn't sure what it meant, but anything with incinerator is bad news. And then, almost as if that was a cue, I heard a mess of young-sounding voices. A bunch of them were straight up screaming in terror. And all the sounds together made a howl that made the hair on my neck stand straight up. Damn it! What the hell is going on here? I scrambled through the duct as fast as I could. It made a giant racket, but I didn't care at that point. I soon found a metal door on the left side of the duct. The kids were screaming on the other side. I found it. I yanked the handle and threw the door open. I almost ripped the metal off its hinges. What the hell is this place? I couldn't believe what I saw.
Okay, so this is as far as we got when he told the story before, this is where his memories ran out, so everything from here is new.
The room had a dome up top, and there had to be about 9 walls, all the same size. Up in the ceiling was an upside-down funnel, almost like a chimney. I looked down. There they were, the kids I'd been searching for. They all gawked up at me, suddenly silent. For the moment, from surprise and fear. Scared of the room or me, I couldn't tell. Probably both, actually. Not like I can blame them running into a mug like this when they're already scared shitless. I snorted at my own dig at myself and turned to the kids. Don't worry, kids, I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. All of them stood there, frozen. Well, except one. He was a boy, slightly older.
Haha.
Private school uniform.
Who the hell are you?
So that's young Santa and what looked like young Snake and Akane, maybe? And possibly one of Lotus's kids.
He stepped forward and glared at me suspiciously. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you. It looked like they relaxed some the second I got the words out.
How are you gonna help us?
Where's the exit?
There isn't one. The doors we came in through won't open, and the door over there...
He kind of cut himself off. I think he was considering something before he changed his mind.
Anyway, there's no point. We can't all get out of here. If we don't get out of here, we're gonna be burned to death.
Burned to death?
Can't you hear it? That voice said the incinerator's gonna start up soon. So...
The voice spoke again.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
They only had 15 minutes. I looked back down at the kids. Looks like a good 20 or 30 feet to the floor. No way I could pull them up. Too big of a distance for any of us to reach. What the hell was I gonna do? But then I got an idea. Wait right there. I'm gonna be right back.
What? Where is he going? Are you just gonna leave us here?
They just got frightened again. I'm not the best at that kind of thing, but I tried to reassure them with a smile. Don't worry, all right? I'll be back, I promise. So just stay calm and wait right there. I didn't wait to hear them respond. There wasn't time.
Yeah, that's definitely like Snake's, the kid in the forefront. That seems like Snake's hair color. And the girl between him and Santa kinda looks like Akane.
I had to hurry.
It's kinda hard to tell from the back, but...
Well, as fast as I could on his hands and knees. Didn't take me long to get back to my cell.
Bed sheets?
Out of it, but I had a plan. I needed something from the room. When I got it, I dove back into the hole and took off towards the incinerator. Then... Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. I tipped out the doorway and dropped down the rope I brought with me. Back in the cell, I'd torn the bed sheets into strips and tied them together to make a rope. It was sloppy, but it got the job done. All right, just tie that around yourself, okay? I'll pull you up one at a time.
Right!
Huh. Wait a sec. Something was off. There were more of you before. Where'd the rest of you go? The boy in the uniform answered.
I let them go on ahead. We opened the number 9 door and they left.
What? You're telling me you opened that door?
That's what I said!
Then what the hell are you doing here?
We couldn't go with them.
Why not?
Look, the only people who can go through the numbered door...
He was in the middle of explaining when...
Incineration will begin in 5 minutes.
Yeah, you're running out of time.
The wall shook a bit from the voice bouncing around.
Look, that can wait, all right? Just get us out of here!
Right! I grabbed onto the rope. First one I pulled out was a girl with a ponytail. Next was a girl with a red necktie. A boy in a jacket came after. He said he'd climb up on his own. The boy in the uniform went the last up. Like the other kid, he climbed up the rope himself. He looked pretty scrawny, but I guess he was stronger than he looked. He moved fast, but when he was almost to me, we heard some knocking. Everyone looked at the door. It had a thick, square window set into it. On the other side, an angry face was staring in.
What's going on here? Why is the room empty? Where the hell are those fucking kids?
The door opened, and a man stepped in looking half mad with fury. I recognized his face. I saw him many times in photos during my investigation. The man's name was Gintaro Hongo, the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Hongo saw the boy hanging from the rope. Yeah! It was like he was an animal. He lunged for the rope. Hurry!
I know!
The boy in the uniform booked it up the road.
You son of a bitch! Get back here, you little shit!
15 feet. 10. The second I could reach the kid, I grabbed him. I hauled him up and tossed him into the duct behind me.
No! No!
Hongo had lost it. His face didn't even look human. It was like the bastard pulled off his fake face. He was really a terrifying devil or some kind of damn monster. I quickly reeled in the rope, leaving a furious Hongo yelling at me from the floor.
You fucking bastard! You won't get away with this! How dare you compromise this experiment!
Experiment? What experiment?
Incineration will begin in 1 minute.
Hey, old man! What the hell are you doing? Hurry up!
The boy in the uniform was trying to get my attention. I may have thrown a salute in the raging asshole's face.
God, I fucking love Seven. He's the best.
Instead. After about 30 feet, we came across another duct on the left. This one was heading down. Everybody nodded and took turns sliding down it. The duct emptied us out into a narrow hallway. There was a door on either side. The one on the left was a normal double door. But the one on the right was familiar. It had black and yellow stripes. And a device next to it on the wall. A plate on it read, Incinerator. Incinerator?
Yeah, that's where we were.
It was the girl with the red tie who answered me. You were inside an incinerator?
Yeah, Hongo might still be there. It looks like it's been shut off, though.
That's definitely Akane's voice actress.
Wait, what? If he's still in there...
Yeah, that's not good.
That meant we better. We gotta get out of here. Go to the other door, hurry! The kids started running, and I was close on their heels. On the other side of the door was a large spiral staircase. Run! Didn't need to tell them twice. And up, and up, and up. Feet pounded the steps. Our arms pumping fast.
So this is through the other number 9 door in the incinerator.
Round, round. The devil was on our tail. The stairway kept going. We passed a couple of landings when the boy in the uniform suddenly spoke.
Something's up. Akane's not catching up to us.
Akane?
My kid sister. The girl with the red necktie.
Oh, he's Aoi.
Akane. That's strange. I didn't remember seeing that name on the list of missing kids.
Hey! Akane!
He kept his hands around his mouth and yelled.
Maybe we outran her.
The boy in the uniform skidded to a stop. I stopped too. So did the other 2 kids.
No, he can't be Aoi, because, No, hang on. Did he actually say his sister? My kid's sister. I thought the siblings were separated. How could... Yeah, that shouldn't... Okay. Because they said they separated the siblings, one on the boat, one in Texas. Or Nevada. Whichever location it was, I completely forget now. So... they shouldn't be in the same place.
When did we do that?
Well, we passed a couple big rooms on the way here. Maybe she took a rest in one of them?
No, that's impossible.
Sorry, Grandpa. You keep going. I gotta go look for her downstairs.
He turned to go. Hey, kid, wait! Damn it, I said wait! I don't think the kid even heard me. Fuck! I spun around to the boy in the jacket, a girl with a ponytail. I'm going after him. You 2 keep going, all right? You got it? The girl nodded and ran up the stairs. But the boy...
I'm going with you.
I didn't have time to argue. I just nodded and took off down the stairs. I could hear him following me. We ran all the way to the bottom floor, calling for her. Akane was nowhere to be found.
God damn it, where the hell did she go?
I could tell the kid was frustrated. And then suddenly...
Help me! Somebody help me!
We heard a girl's voice.
Akane!
The boy in the uniform threw open the door and leapt into the hallway by the incinerator. We rushed in after him. I couldn't for the life of me believe what we were seeing. That bastard Hongo had Akane by the arm and was forcing her into the incinerator.
Come on, goddammit, move!
She's got the number 5 on her wrist. Okay.
No, I don't want
planted her feet squarely on the floor and was struggling to get away. But Hongo was bigger and stronger. She wasn't gonna win. Her brother roared with anger and charged toward Hongo.
Help me! Ah! You're too late, idiot!
Hongo lifted Akane bodily into the air and threw her, still fighting him, into the incinerator. Before we could even blink, Hongo had leapt through the door after her. We saw him land inside. And then, the door slammed shut. We ran to the door. We did everything we could think of to get the thing open. But...
Fuck! It's no use! The goddamn thing won't move an inch!
he started slamming his fists against the door. He was close to shattering his knuckles with how hard he pounded on it.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
You came back!
Her voice was muffled, but all of us could hear the sheer terror in it.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here.
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door.
What?
Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes.
You could climb back into the vents, couldn't you, from the hallway?
Please evacuate the incinerator.
Oh, because they went down a slide thing, didn't they?
Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's the same damn thing!
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. Just hang on, all right? We're gonna figure out a way to save you.
His words would have seemed like a sick joke to her if she'd been able to see how white and bloodless his face was right then.
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
Please help me! I'm really scared. I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
It's gonna be all right. I'll figure something out. I promise. I promise, okay? You hear me? I promise.
It was torture listening to her sobbing on the other side of the door. Her brother was nearly crying himself. He could only stand there, fists clenched so tight his knuckles were white.
What happened then?
Come on, man. Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good. You think I want to remember that?
Then...
Yeah. Shit. If I'd known it was gonna be like this, I almost wish I hadn't remembered.
Hey, are you sure?
Huh?
Look, I don't want to ask this either, but there's something I don't get. So if you could just tell me, did that girl, Akane, really...
Yeah, I'm sure. There wasn't anything we could do. After a while, the countdown ended, and we heard something... burning. The fire stopped, but we still didn't move. Me and the jacket kid were frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed as if he couldn't hold himself up anymore. A few minutes passed. The door opened.
But you didn't actually see it yourself, though.
The boy in the uniform tripped over his own feet running in. We followed, too numb to speak. The air in the incinerator was hot. Every breath made my lungs feel like they were on fire. It was like standing on hot asphalt. The air was wavering, and in the middle of the room...
Oops, I accidentally skipped a line there. Oh no, I didn't. Okay.
There it lay. The kid's legs were shaking so bad, I don't know how he managed to walk. I couldn't see his face, but his body somehow looked empty. Finally, he reached it. He fell to his knees as his legs gave out on him. And then...
Can I ask you one more thing?
What's that?
The girl, Akane. What was her last name?
What does it matter to you?
Just tell me, okay? Please?
Kurashiki. Her name was Akane Kurashiki. You were there that day, weren't you? The tall kid in the jacket. That was you, wasn't it?
Oh, I thought it was Snake.
Yes, it was.
Oh, okay. I thought he was talking to Junpei there. Okay.
Don't misunderstand me. I told you before how Zero threatened me. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't say anything about what happened 9 years ago.
So you're saying you're not working for Zero, right?
Of course not.
Clover, what about you?
Hey, come on! You really think I'm working with Zero? I told you before, you idiot! I was in Nevada, in Building Q. I did hear that a detective rescued the kids on the boat, but I didn't know it was you.
Well, I guess I believe you. All right, let me ask you another question. Santa's real name is Aoi Kurashiki. He's Akane's brother. You know that?
No, I didn't. Did you?
Well, yes. I know Aoi Kurashiki was her brother, but I didn't know he was Santa. At least not from the beginning. 9 years ago, he was in the middle of puberty. His voice is entirely different now.
Okay, sure. That's the explanation they give.
I'm ashamed to
I mean,
say
fair enough.
exceptional hearing wasn't able to make that connection. As such, I had no reason to think Santa was Aoi.
When did you figure it out?
Clover told me that Santa might have been one of the subjects of the initial experiment. It was only a short while ago, while we were leaving the library. When she told me that, I had a feeling.
Santa is Aoi? Akane Kurashiki, June's brother? There's still a lot we don't know. I mean, like, a lot. But there is one thing I think we can say we know.
What's that?
The body we found in the shower room. It had to be Nijisaki, dressed up to look like Snake.
What?
Come on, man, what kind of detective are you? You didn't figure that out already?
Hey, go easy on me, man. I just got my memory back. Got me some slack.
Well, if he is, the 3 murders make sense then, don't they? Yeah, that's right. Murder. Kubota blew himself up, but that was murder too. So why did these murders take place?
If Junpei is correct, and the body in the shower room was Nijisaki's, that means all of the people who were murdered were involved with the creation of the Nonary project. Kubota, the person who conducted the actual experiments. Nijisaki, Hongo's assistant. Musashido, the man who financed the project.
You mean this was all just revenge? Santa is Zero. He's getting revenge for the death of his sister. That's why he killed them.
No, I don't think Santa actually murdered anyone. If I'm right, then it's not hard to figure out who the next victim's gonna be, is it? I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you.
Yes.
Yep.
Right.
The next target will be Gentaro Hongo.
The person who planned the Nonary project.
In other words, Ace.
Oh no. What a shame. I suppose we'll have to try and save him. But do we though?
What the hell's going on here?
It must be 6 a.m. Our time is up.
Shit!
Come on, we need to get out of here.
How?
I'm betting this sucker opens the exit. Come on, let's go.
I have to be damn fucking fast about it. New material added to the file screen? What? New material? Whee! Okay, new material added to the file screen. Show me. Oh, is it just the photo? Picture taken 9 years ago. Okay, yeah. What I do want to take a look at, though... Oh, I can't do it because I'm in an escape room. I want to take a look at the flowchart, see how far through we are. Alright, let's just swipe this card. Junpei, look! It unlocks! Yeah. Now we can go back to the library. Hurry up, Junpei, we don't have much time. Let's go. Alright, let's go. You found it.
Huh. I think the shaking stopped.
Okay, menu, full out. I want to take a look. Oh my god, there's still so much. Okay, you know what? Let's just get the save in here.
It would seem so, but we are yet to be out of danger. You're right. Let's hurry.
This exit needs the Uranus card, too. Hey, Junpei.
Yeah, I know. All right, it's open. Let's go. Okay, Neptune Key, let's see if you work. Yes, I think it unlocked.
Ah, the incinerator room.
Incinerator. So this is the incinerator.
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
Then there ought to be a lever near the door.
Yeah, right here.
Pull that and the door should open.
Got it.
And then there's another number 9 door inside.
Let's go.
Oh. Oh.
What the hell is going on? What's wrong? Are you okay?
Jumpy, you came to get me.
Of course I did. I made a promise.
Whoever you are.
I'm so glad you're here. So glad.
Hey, what happened to you?
I'm fine. I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good. I'm feeling a lot better now, though.
Are you sure?
Yes. I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine. You shouldn't worry about me.
Santa.
Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
I don't have it. I got sucker punched and they took the gun.
What?
They?
What? Isn't that obvious?
I took the gun.
Ah.
Ace.
Oh, poor Lois.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace? Or maybe I ought to say Gentaro Hongo, CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals?
You have me at a disadvantage. And I don't like that. You know me, but I don't know you. Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? Can you even begin to understand my pain?
The pain of prosopagnosia, right?
Another irritating insect. And how do you know that?
Good question.
No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to me. This is a waste of time anyway. It's time for me to go. First is 1. Give me your hand. 8. And with this, 9.
The 9th man. Kubota's bracelet.
I believe I've won this game. I've had quite a time playing with you. I must thank Zero, I suppose.
Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is. What the hell are you planning, Santa?
At any rate, this game ends now. I will escape, and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending. I suggest you enjoy your final moments. Goodbye. Wait! What? Why isn't it opening? One more time. Now open! No! What is this? Why? That digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening? Now! No!
Hell yeah. God, 7's the best.
Oh, that was close. Too close. Thank you, 7.
Don't mention it. Just one punch ain't enough for this piece of shit. After what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces. But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good. Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat.
9 years ago? Then you must be...
Yeah, you finally figured it out, dumbass.
Oh.
Ace, you killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you?
Wait, Nijisaki?
Oh, right. You don't know yet. All right. We'll just go through them in order then. Let's start off with Kubota. You talked to Kubota and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone. You killed him without making it look like you killed him. The way I figure it, you had 4 motives. 1. In the Nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous. Whoever had the 9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital route, which means that number 9 could do whatever they wanted. You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2. You wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself, so that you could make use of its power. In fact, you did use it in the murder of Nijisaki. 3. Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem. He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years before. You needed to silence him before he told anyone. 4. But last, and perhaps the most disturbing, you used Kubota as a test. You wanted to know how serious this Nonary game was. Was it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank? You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That was why you killed Kubota. But he was only the first. Next was Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room. However, because of your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize he was Nijisaki. Chiefly because, when you met him, he was dressed like Snake.
Again, we still don't know why he was dressed like Snake, and how Snake got to the coffin.
That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake.
No, that's not... That was Nijisaki? Why? How did...
I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake. Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago. You remembered him because he was the blind kid, but his presence made you think. Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me. But if that's true, why isn't he saying anything? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on me. Whatever the reason, anyone who knows my past is a threat. Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him. That was when you decided you had to kill him. The murder weapon was Kubota's bracelet. You just waved it over the red. Verified your own number and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel. Then, when the door opened, you kicked him in. 9 seconds later, the door closed. And then 81 seconds passed. And poor Nijisaki was dead.
And you mean to say Snake is still alive?
Sure is.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new.
Did he not notice the extra person running into the room in the weird black and red robe?
Thank you for killing the wrong man, but I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead. Although, to be honest, even if you hadn't tried to kill me, I would still hate you very much.
Well, I wouldn't blame you.
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's death. When Clover and I were investigating the chart room, you came over to talk to me. Do you remember what you said?
Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
I handed it to you, and you left the room. You had been in charge of the Nonary project. Of course you would have known the solution to every puzzle. Which would mean that you also knew how to get out of the wheelhouse. All you had to do was place the watch in the
okay.
on the door to unlock it. With the door open, you could enter the captain's quarters. Musashido was there. Conveniently placed next to him was an axe that practically begged you to kill him with it. You picked up that axe and buried the blade deep in the other man's chest.
So does that mean he was working with Zero?
One blow was all
If he was in the captain's room by himself?
And then you returned to the chart room as if nothing had happened.
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, remember how you slipped your hand into my vest? You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote. But that wasn't really what you were after. Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't a very good plan. Had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you.
Wow, I just didn't even notice that he didn't give us the watch back. We just had it.
You must have been desperate. But what made you willing to risk it all to do it? Ace, Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it. But why?
Because of this.
What's with the paper?
Just read it.
Let's see. Number 1. There are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the Nonary game. The second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I have prepared a camera in the captain's quarters. The images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world.
Oh, that was the deal with the camera.
Simply look into the camera and repent. Once you have confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters. Perhaps he will confess with you.
Oh,
Decision
okay.
is yours. Do as you please. Zero.
When I awoke in that room on D-Deck, I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted. If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else. If I could, then my alibi would be set. At least, that was the plan. Unfortunately for me, you got to it first. That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice.
You meant to kill him from the beginning then? Musashido, I mean.
I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters. I asked him, and he answered. He seemed groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken from sedation. I suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him.
Okay. I did wonder why he didn't say anything to Ace before getting thrown through the door.
But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning, even though I didn't know who he was. I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
Ace, you figured it out, haven't you? You were being manipulated.
Yes, so it would seem. I was little more than a puppet, in many ways. Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared. The Reds in the large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake. There was an axe in the captain's quarters. Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back. Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple trap. But yes, this was a trap.
And we know the ship is rigged with cameras as well, so even if he doesn't confess, Zero still has videos of him killing people.
It was Zero's trap, and I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I did everything he wanted me to do.
Yeah. By manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own hands. All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this Nonary game happened. Am I right, Santa?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know any...
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa. Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh? My memory came back to me, kid. You're Aoi Kurashiki, no doubt about it. Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you. But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right? After all, the person who planned the Nonary game this time around was Zero, and Zero's you.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh? Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh? Yeah, you got me. I'm Aoi Kurashiki. I was one of the kids in the Nonary game 9 years ago. I made it out. So did Snake over there. But there's one thing... No, I guess there's 2 things you got wrong. Number 1, I ain't Zero.
What?
Wait, what?
Sure, I was helping Zero out, but I'm really more of an assistant, like a secretary.
Okay.
But an assistant's only an assistant. I didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
Alright, Kenny, who are you really?
If you're not Zero, who is?
Calm down there, Junpei. Didn't I say 2 things? You made one more mistake. Junpei, you just said, All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this Nonary game happened. But that's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose. There's another reason you guys were playing the Nonary game. To save someone.
Save someone?
Right. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
What the hell are you talking about? Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room. I was there. I saw... What? What the hell? Where is she? Where's Akane Kurashiki? Ugh! Oh, my head! My head, it feels like it's gonna pop.
Seven! What the hell is going on?
I don't know. I just... Oh! I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode!
What was the Nonary Project? I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time. It was a project designed to test a particular phenomenon. And what was that phenomenon? For two organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact. The morphogenetic field theory. Could human beings use these invisible fields to exchange information? That was what this experiment was conducted to determine. There were two separate locations. One was the Gigantic, and the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q. The 9 children trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles, copies of identical ones in the Gigantic. They were told to send their answers into the morphic field set and transmit them to their brothers and sisters on the Gigantic.
So now I'm trying to think. Was either Aoi or Akane not physically on board the Gigantic, but were like mentally projecting themselves somehow through the field?
The transmitters were put in Building Q.
Because that would explain why they were both on the Gigantic.
And the receivers were put on the Gigantic. Each sibling pair was supposed to be split up, but there was a mistake.
Okay.
Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q. However, for some reason, she was placed on the Gigantic with the receivers, like me.
Okay. It was just a clerical fuck-up. Not some weird... Okay.
Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A.
I was just overthinking it.
Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the Gigantic. I think I've told you enough. You get it, don't you? I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Where what is going?
Don't play dumb. You know things you shouldn't. Things you couldn't. How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia? How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nijisaki was killed? Were you surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo? And what about the coffin Snake was trapped in?
Yeah, what about that fucking coffin?
How the hell did you open it?
Well, that's...
He knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information that I sent him through the morphic field set. It's simple, really. How do I know the alternate futures, then? Imagine a river that splits in two, like an upside-down Y. The river flows from the top to the bottom, from a single stream to 2 branches. It only flows in one direction, it can never flow backwards. Information is the same way. It moves from the past to the future, but never flows backwards. That's why people at the river's source in the past will never know about those downstream in the future. But the people downstream will never know about But people downstream will never know about one another either. Information only flows along the path of the river. But I'm different. I can manipulate the morphic field set and pluck knowledge from the future. I know what happens on either fork of the river, even though people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? Am I the 9th letter of the alphabet? I am the 9th letter of the alphabet. But I am also 0. No, that's not true. I'm not really 0, not yet. Perhaps you could say I am less than 0. 0 is my future. In 9 years, I will be 0. Where did she go? June. No, Akane. Where did you go?
Santa!
Why is Clover? Oh shit.
Freeze.
Santa's got the gun. Guess he picked it up when we weren't watching. Looks like he's turned the tables on Ace though. Wonder how he likes having a gun to his head.
Get up.
Sure isn't about to take that gun off him any minute, is he? Sure isn't about to okay. Ace isn't putting up any kind of fight. I mean, I don't think I would either. He just looks drained. Guess he's gone for the door, huh? He doesn't need to verify to go through that door, but...
Hey, what's your plan, Santa? What are you doing?
You can't get through any numbered doors with just 2 people. What the hell is he thinking?
Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to go make a wish come true.
That's it? That's all he's gonna give us? What the hell does that even mean? Shit, they're out. And now the gate's shut. Looks like the rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me. At least Seven's headache is gone. He seems to be alright. Well, I guess there's no harm in trying. Let's see if this door still opens.
Damn. Well, it looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon.
Oh, you mean we're trapped?
So it would seem.
What the hell is Santa trying to do?
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh, what?
Have you considered where we are? There can really only be one thing Santa would do now.
No. No, you can't be serious.
Oh, but he is. Shit, we've got to do something. Maybe we can just look out the door. There's a red. Yeah, alright, we can do this. I've just gotta... No, that's not gonna work. There's no way. The 5 of us can't open this door. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 equals 26, which is 2 plus 6, which is 8. Is there any combinations that'll work?
Junpei, can I borrow your pen and notebook?
Sure, why not? I don't think I'm gonna need them. Ever again. Well, she certainly looks purposeful. It's weird that he's not saying anything out loud. Looks like she's writing the equations. Writing equations, a lot of them. Ah man, she doesn't look very happy. What? Hey, no need to be ripping pages out like that. Jeez.
What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that!
Alright, at least 7 got away... alright, at least 7 got it away from her. Maybe now I can get a look at what she was writing. Let's see. Oh, Lotus.
What? And there's no other way?
Lotus. Looks like she figured it out, though. Man, this is just too cruel.
It's okay. Go.
Lotus.
Come on, you know we can't do that.
Oh, don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
God damn it, you idiot!
Whoa, where the hell did that come from? Looks like she expected that about as much as I did.
Without... if you're not... Look, it'd be bad, alright?
For a cop, she doesn't have much confidence.
Bad?
Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job.
Uh-huh.
Look, I'm just not leaving you behind, alright? End of story.
7.
He's right. I'm not leaving you either.
Me too.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
You're all idiots.
Act as tough as you want, Lotus. We can all see you're about to cry.
That being said, however, I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
Huh? Why?
I trust you remember what happened to Ace? I couldn't, see exactly what happened, but I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier, at the Red.
Oh, yeah.
No! What is this? Why? The digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Just to see, why don't we give it a shot?
Give it a shot.
Yes, that is what I said.
You were right.
It ain't opening.
But it did open 9 years ago. The digital route was 9 then, I'm sure of it.
You think maybe they changed the settings?
Perhaps.
Door can only be used once, maybe? Shit, if we can't get through the door, we can't get out. The walls are way too high, and there's no way in hell we could go get to that hole Seven popped out of 9 years ago. All we can do is stand here and stare at this door with a 9 on it. I guess this is it. This is the end. I was watching. I had watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. Every sound that reverberated in his eardrums, I heard. Smell, taste, touch. I felt everything he felt. I knew everything about him. What he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine. My mind, my consciousness was inside of him. Through the morphic field set, we were resonant, and we were as one. I was him, and at the same time, I was an observer. It started with a tremendous noise like a clap of thunder. I've just noticed it says Arcane Vision in the top left, in the top right. I didn't notice that at all. Okay, it started with a tremendous noise like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 hours ago. A bomb had gone off on the ship we were on. That was when my resonance with him began. My resonance event melted into him and we became one, inside of Junpei. Somehow I find myself in Junpei's mind, 9 years in the future. Okay, so it's Kid. Akane, okay. But I didn't lose myself. I was living in 2 realities at once, so hang on. No, but everyone saw June, though. People spoke to her. One was the present and one was the future. Perhaps you can think of it as 2 movies showing on the same screen at the same time. Eventually it becomes difficult to separate them and determine which movie is which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me.
Come on, over here!
That was my brother, Aoi. He was yelling. I followed him. Around me were 7 other children. They all looked like they were about my age.
Come on, hurry up!
We ran down a long, straight hallway and burst into the large hospital room. Everyone was arguing. 2 of the boys got into a fist fight. A girl watching them began to cry. I want to go home, she cried. I want to go home. Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It has been 2 hours since the Nonary game began. We were starting to fall apart. But just as all hope was lost, Light started talking. He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake.
Hello? Everyone? Could you come over here for a moment?
He was older than most of us and his voice had authority and dignity. The fights died down and we gathered around him.
I have a little sister. She is very important to me. Right now, she is over in Building Q and is desperately trying to send information over to me. Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday.
Wait, is her name actually Clover? As he spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. In his hand were 9 4-leaf clovers.
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted. I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is... well, it is difficult. But my sister means a great deal to me. And I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her. Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 4-leaf clovers would be appropriate. Every one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q with Clover. For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand? If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another. If we can take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way. Did you know that the leaves on the 4-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck? Those words are leaf words. So if you believe what I've told you, and you understand, then I want you each to have one of these. They're a promise between friends.
He gave a clover to each of us. I took one too. Eventually he was left with only a single 4-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say.
Don't ever forget, so long as you have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand?
When he finished, the tension of only a few minutes before had gone. We were calm. After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer and opened several of the numbered doors until we finally found a door with the number 9 on it. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them, and we found them in the chapel. We split into 2 groups and walked through the doors. Before long, we all found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside-down funnel. For some reason, this room had another number 9 on, but this time, it was only one? Only the one. But if there's only one door, that meant only 5 people could escape.
What are we gonna do? There aren't any other doors!
We began to panic. Then, as if things had not gotten bad enough already,
Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
What? What's happening? What did that thing say? That didn't sound good.
my brother Aoi swallowed hard and answered,
I think it means this room is gonna burn.
Burn!
The plaque on the door says incinerator, and that voice said that the incineration is about to start. And incinerate means to burn.
No! Help me!
Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. Then, your boy shows up. High on the wall, a door opened and a man appeared. He was huge, frightening mountain of a man, as large as a bear. 9 years later, we would call him 7.
Don't worry, kids. I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you.
The rest happened just like 7 had said it did. The 4 of us who had stayed behind saved by 7. We crawled through the vent, away from the incinerator, and slid down into the hole. We came out the other side of door 9. On the wall opposite of the door was a set of double doors. We went through those and began to run up the spiral stairs. As we ran, I led the way. Behind me were Nona, my brother Aoi, Snake, and 7. Nona, is that one of... I think that is actually one of Lotus's kids. I think she did say the name for one of them. The other kids, the ones who'd gone through door 9 before us, were up ahead. I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran. We leapt across as many stairs as we could, and kept running. The stairs spiraled upwards like a tornado. Eventually I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nona had slowed them down. I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they had caught up. That was when I realized.
Oh, where is it? Did I drop Jumpy's present?
I knew I had it with me when we passed through the vent. Then, had I dropped it as we slid out? I had to go back. I had to. But I knew I couldn't tell the others. They would stop me, I was sure of that. I didn't stop to think, I simply moved. I ran to the central hall, the room that connected all the other areas of the ship. I hid in the shadows, and moments later I felt a rush of wind as they ran past me up the staircase. I waited until they were out of sight, and then I ran. I moved as quietly as I could, down and down and down. Finally I reached the bottom deck. I ran into the hallway and looked around frantically.
There it is!
It was just where I thought it would be, sitting under the opening of the vent. I ran over and snatched it from the floor, but as I ran back towards the stairs in freedom, the door to the incinerator opened and a man stepped out. It was Hongo. Gentaro Hongo. 9 years later we would call him Ace.
Ah, how wonderful to see you decided to come back.
His smile made my blood run cold. It looked mechanical, as if someone had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth.
Come with me. We must continue the experiment.
I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly I began to walk backwards. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Then I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Hongo's hand close over my left wrist.
I said, come with me.
There was an edge of insanity to his voice now. I pulled as hard as I could.
Stop! Let go of me! Let go!
I shook my body and filled my arms, trying desperately to get Hongo to let me go. But I was still only a child, and no match for a man like Hongo.
Stop struggling, goddammit! Do as I tell you!
He heaved on my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator. I screamed.
Help me! Somebody help me!
Then suddenly, the door to the stairs flew open, and my brother Aoi burst out of it. Behind him came Seven and Snake.
Akane!
He cried my name again as he leapt towards Hongo.
You came back!
I cried out. But then,
You're too late, idiot!
Hongo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator. The force of it threw me to the floor. I scrambled to my feet and looked towards the open number 9 door. Hongo stood between it and me, and behind him I could see my brother, his fists clenched. But those fists never reached Hongo. With the cold, heartless screech of metal on metal, the door slammed shut. Hongo glanced at me mechanically, his face registering that there was an object there, but not anything he would consider a human being. Then he turned away and walked to the red that sat next to the door. He reached into his pocket and removed 2 bracelets. He waved them both over the scanner panel. 2 asterisks appeared on the red. He checked the screen and tossed the bracelets carelessly onto the floor. What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all and walked past me as though I were nothing more than a rock on the roadside. A few moments later... Okay, so she was actually in the incinerator. I thought she might have Oh no, because we heard a banging on the door, didn't we? The 2 doors slid shut as well. Faintly I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. I turned around and ran towards the door with the 9.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
Is this going to be a weird trick where that's not actually a number 9 door? And it's like a 4 or something like that. I could hear a voice from the other side of the door. A worried, frightened voice. My throat was already raw, but I screamed as loud as I could. My voice echoed lonely around the empty room.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here.
Where's Fungo?
He went out the other door.
What?
Then it started again.
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Incineration will begin in
Oh, we'll switch back to Junpei now.
18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
Holy shit. Man, I knew what it was gonna say, but that was one hell of a creepy voice.
I knew it.
It's starting.
Santa started the incinerator.
Fuck! Man, I never thought I'd hear that damn voice again after 9 years.
What the hell? What the hell? What in God's name are you talking about? It's 9 years this and 9 years that, and when it's not 9 years something, then you're talking about some sort of fucking experiment. You aren't making any sense.
Jesus, Lotus.
I'm sorry, Lotus, but we really don't have time to explain it right now.
I guess, yeah, she just isn't up to date on everything that's been going on.
I promise. I'll tell you everything once we get out of here.
But
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
You know what that means, right? Incinerate means burn.
what kind of idiot do you think I am? I know what incinerate means.
Did she say that because it's like a repeat of 9 years ago?
Well, god damn it. Okay, fine. I won't ask anything else. Talk about whatever you want. But you have to do something for me. 7, figure this out.
What? Why me?
Just shut up and stop this thing.
How the hell?
There has to be some sort of emergency shut-off button.
There isn't anything like that.
How the hell do you know?
Because I looked for it 9 years ago.
Yeah, Lotus isn't happy about that. Can't really blame her. Wait. The floor, it's moving. Of course this was going to be an escape room. Of course it was. What else can I say about it but...
What the hell is that?
What is that?
What else could I say? The floor opened and a machine rose up out of it. It looked like a computer. At least it kind of did. There was a monitor, a keyboard, a cross-shaped device of some kind. Something about the machine scared me, but I forced myself to walk up to it. I was terrified. Tears pouring down my face. I wiped them off, even as more took their place, and forced myself forward. This didn't pop up in the other timeline when Snake and Ace fought each other. Finally, I reached it. I looked at the screen. It was blank. All I saw was my own frightened face staring back at me from the glass, drenched in tears. All I can see on the screen is a reflection of my own face. I'm looking kind of freaked out. I know I'm sweating like crazy, but seeing it kind of drives it home. Okay, Junpei, just calm down, alright? Everything's gonna be okay. Gah. Man, I wish that thing would just shut up.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
Alright, back to this thing. If it's only showing up now, then it's gotta be important. But what the hell am I supposed to do with it?
Hey, move!
Yeah. Hey, we're all tense, lady. That doesn't mean you get to shove people around.
Okay, it's turned on. There's nothing on the screen, though. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. If there's nothing on here, how are we supposed to do anything with it?
Sure, I'll just push buttons. I'm sure that'll... Oh my god, what the fuck is this? Oh my god, okay. Well, at least it's on now. What's on the screen now?
What is this?
What's up?
It looks like some sort of puzzle.
It's got a bunch of numbers and letters scattered across the 5x5 grid. The numbers range from 1 to 8.
Do you think that if we solve this puzzle,
The incinerator will stop? Yeah. Well, we can hope, right?
Alright, puzzle, how do you work? Ah man, that goddamn voice again.
Incineration will begin in 13 minutes.
Shit, 13 minutes. Can we really do this? My heart feels like it's gonna pop. My heart was pounding like it was about to explode. I stared at the puzzle on the screen. I was sure I had to solve it somehow, but I had no idea how. My connection to Jumpy had been gone for a while. His mind was gone. I couldn't get any more information from him. I felt the seconds tick by as I stared at the screen, completely lost. My cheeks felt hot as tears poured over them. Then I heard a voice.
Hey, what are you doing?
It was muffled. I turned around. Pressed against the window, the entry door, was their face, frightening, evil face. It was Hunger. How long had he been watching me?
Don't know what to do?
He was yelling, but his voice was still muffled.
It's simple, really. But I suppose I might as well tell you. Just solve the puzzle on that machine.
God, fuck this dude. His laughter was muffled by the door, but it still tore at my heart like the claws of a vicious monster. I bit my lip and glared at Hunger, struggling to hold back hot tears.
You're a terrible person! I hate you!
Oh my! How could you call a gentleman such as myself a terrible person? That's not very nice.
God, fuck this dude.
I'm quite fair. I don't use tricks or play dirty. You see? I've even left you a way out.
A way out?
Didn't you hear me? All you have to do is solve that puzzle. Do that, and you can stop the incinerator.
What's the point of stopping it? You'll only capture me and make me do this all again. I'm not going to listen to you. If you're just going to throw me back in here, I might as well just die now.
My goodness, haven't you listened to anything I've said? I told you, I'm a fair man. If you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will in turn activate. If this experiment is to deliver valid results, there must be a chance of success. If you succeed, you will escape.
The verification function of the red?
Then I remembered. Before Hunger left the room, he had scanned 2 bracelets into the red.
Ah, so you do remember. Right now there are 2 numbers in the red. The first is 1, and the second is 3. Say, Akane, what's your number?
I looked down at my left hand. The face of my bracelet showed a 5. I ran to the door with the 9 on it. I grabbed the red and put my hand against the scanner panel.
You really aren't one for listening, are you?
I hear Hongo's muffled voice from across the room.
I've already told you, didn't I? Once you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will activate. In other words, if you haven't solved the puzzle, you can't enter your number. What kind of fool are you?
Why are you doing this?
You could never understand. You don't know what it's like to spend every day surrounded by monkeys. Now start the experiment. Solve the puzzle.
I can't! I don't know how!
Of course you don't. Isn't that the point? You understand, don't you? Access the morphogenetic field and find the solution.
I can't!
Then you'll die. You'll burn alive.
God, fuck this dude.
It's gonna be quite hot in there in a few minutes. I imagine it'll be very painful.
His horrible laugh echoed across the room, and even after his face disappeared from the window, I could hear it.
Incineration will begin in 10 minutes.
I was crying, great gulping sobs broken by hiccups that shook my body. I was terrified. I could feel my fear pressing down on me like a tremendous weight. Somehow I forced my shaking legs to carry me back to the device. I stared at the monitor.
I can't. I just can't. There's no There's no way. I can't figure this out.
What was I going to do? I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't even know where to start. Fear scattered my thoughts, and all I could think of was how I was going to die. My palms were sweating, and my blood was boiling in my veins. It was hot. So hot. I couldn't breathe. I felt dizzy. My heart roared in my chest, as if it would pound itself to pieces. Oh, we're doing an escape sequence as Pastakane. I reached into my pocket. I wrapped my hand around the thing that I'd come back to get. The doll jumper he had given me. At least I had that. I held it tight with both hands and prayed.
Help me! Jumpy! Help me! Help me! Help me! Jumpy! 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 Please! Help me! Jumpy!
Akane?
Akane?
Who the hell is Akane?
Oh yeah, because they all know her as June.
Shut up! Just shut the hell up!
Seven and Lotus don't understand. I think Clover and Snake have an idea though. Clover's looking at me, and I think Snake may have figured it out. No, it doesn't matter. They're in my way. Where'd she go? Maybe over here?
Akane! Akane! Can you hear me? Akane! Say something!
Fuck. Did something break our connection? I swear I just heard her. Shit.
Akane! Answer me! Akane!
Jumpy!
I spun around. I heard a voice. His voice. I looked around. He wasn't in the room, of course. But I'd heard it so clearly. Like he was right here.
Jumpy!
Right there. I screamed as loud as I could.
Akane!
This is cool, jumping back and forth between them.
Jumpy!
That's her. She's there. Then that means...
Akane! Akane!
Oh, I guess he's just not going to read the rest of the line. Are you in the incinerator right now?
Yes, I am! How did you know?
I couldn't believe that he knew that. Now I understand what Santa meant.
There's only one way to help her. You were brought here to help my sister, to save Akane.
I think I get it now.
Incineration will begin in 7 minutes.
Okay, so this whole thing was set up by June and Santa to like force Junpei into rescuing Pastakane.
Jumpy, we don't have time!
As quickly as I could, I told him that I had to solve the puzzle in order to stop the incinerator.
Got it!
And I do. I get everything now. At last I finally understand what all of this means. I know why the Nonary game was held today. I know why we were kidnapped and brought here. It was all for this moment. All of this was planned out to lead to this one moment. Oh my god. This is insane. I can't believe this is the only one, that there's only one possible answer. June is... Zero is... Akane Kurashiki. She recreated the history of the future that she had... Bleh. She recreated the history of the future that she had a glimpse of 9 years ago. She tried to save herself that way 9 years ago. No, she's trying to save herself right now. That means that there's only one thing for me to do. Even if this is all some sort of insane plan, I will save her. I will save Akane Kurashiki. I must save her, no matter what.
Incineration will begin in 6 minutes.
The voice reminded me of how much time I had left.
Yeah, I know. Just hang on, alright? I promise I'll get you out of there. I'm not gonna let you die. I promise. So So don't worry, all right? Just give me a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
My voice shook as I answered. It was hot in the room. It felt like my heart was on fire. 6 minutes or not, my heart burned with my feelings for him. Alright, time to get to work, Junpei. Is Snake talking to them about something? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Get out of my way.
Hey, what are you...
Just trust me, okay?
Sorry, Lois, I didn't mean to snap at. But there's not... there. But there's a lot more at stake here than your pride. I'll apologize later, alright? Now, let's take a look at this thing. We've got numbers all in this grid. I think the panels are out of order. So I just need to switch these out. Staring at it isn't going to accomplish anything. I just have to try it.
Think of what I did all those times before. I'm gonna do this on my own, with my own mind. I'm gonna solve this problem.
Interesting to put with my own mind in square brackets. Okay, so this is just a figure it the fuck out situation. Oh, that's what it means by with my own mind. Okay. When I pressed hint, numbers appeared in the empty slots on the grid. They're all single digits. I get the feeling the numbers change when I switch around the yellow squares. But this square at the bottom, why does it stay blank when I press hint? Okay. So you're locked into a place I can't mess around with you. Oh, I just swapped a 3 for a 3. Okay. So 422, if I swap that in, it goes 299. Oh, is it doing the... Hang on, let me look at this. So if we look at this 9, is this the digital root of the yellow squares around it? So 4, 10, yes, that is correct. So what about yes, that's okay. So the blue squares are digital roots. Can we swap out the letters so I don't have to deal with them? Oh, it's literally just the word password, I think. Okay, right, let's... Okay, so that's still empty. I can't highlight that one at the bottom right. Do I have to get all of these to say the number 9? All of the blue squares, maybe. Okay, can I swap between? No, I have to swap between. Whoops. Special meaning between there being 2 modes. when I flip the hint off, all of the empty slots look like the one in the bottom right. Does that mean they're supposed to match? Maybe I need to make all of the numbers in the square. Yeah, okay. Pretty much what I thought. Yeah, it's basically giving me all of the hints for the stuff I just figured out. Okay, so I need to make all of these, I assume, 9. So, you're locked in as a 1. And I've already got a bunch of like 9s up here that I don't want to mess with. So, okay, this 3 is going to be locked in as well because that's giving me 2 9s. So if we go 4, I need to put a 5 down there, maybe? Sets. Okay, that gives me a bunch more 9s actually. Okay, gee, I don't want to swap the... This one here. If I swap this out, what do I need to replace it with? That's going to make an 11. I need to swap that with a 7. Oh, whoops. I'm doing this in the wrong order. Wow, it was that easy. Is it literally just the number 9? Of course it is.
Yes, that's it. Akane, did you get it?
Yes, I did! I solved it! I mean, really, you solved it for me, but I copied everything you did! Now I just have to press enter!
Then what the hell are you waiting for? Push it!
Okay, I will!
I hit the enter key.
Emergency shutdown command has been confirmed. Incineration system has been disabled.
Jumpy! It worked! It worked! The incinerator shut down! It worked!
This was not the finale I was expecting. Tears rolled down my face as I cried out to him, but they were very different sort of tears. A wonderful feeling of accomplishment and relief flooded my body. At the very same time, what strength I had had left disappeared and I collapsed to the floor. For a while I just lay there, laughing and crying, and enjoying being alive. Every time I thought about him, I thought my heart would burst.
Whew.
I can't quite believe I did that. But I'm also so glad, so glad. I feel like my heart's on fire. No, I don't have time to be thinking about that kind of shit. I need to tell Akane.
Sorry, but things are kind of busy over here. I'm gonna have to hang up now, okay?
Oh, of course, that's fine!
I wiped the tears from my eyes and nodded vigorously, even though I knew he couldn't see me. Then I looked over at the corner of the floor. There were the 2 bracelets Hongo had left behind. So have they just changed the past?
Now.
Well, Seven and Lotus don't look particularly happy with me. Not a very nice look to give someone who just saved your life, guys.
Junpei, are you...
Okay?
Ah, shut it.
Right, okay, so maybe they have a reason to be pissed off. So what if I haven't pressed the enter key yet? Alright, nothing holding me back now. Here goes. Wait.
Incineration will begin in 90 seconds.
It doesn't sound like it's stopping.
What the shit? Why isn't it stopping?
Okay, maybe I didn't hit the enter key hard enough. I just hit it again. And again. And again. Okay, that's not working either. The alarm's still going off. The hell is going on? I got all the right numbers in the right boxes. It's perfect. So why the fuck isn't it... why the fuck isn't this thing stopping?
Incineration will begin in 60 seconds.
Wait, of course. That's what the numbers that showed up at after the puzzle mean. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. Snake, Clover, me, 7 and Lotus. Then, door 9. No, that's it. The number on the door isn't a 9. It's not even a number.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that...
Holy shit. Of course. Then we just have to put the right number into the red.
Incineration will begin in
If it's not a 9, then what is it?
seconds.
Run, guys! Get to the door! Run!
Q? Oh man, I sure hope they can trust me on this one. Oh, we are all fucked. Right, no time to explain, just go.
Verify your numbers on the red. Verify? Who?
What combination?
All of us! We all need to verify!
Why?
You really think this is a good time to ask questions? Just do it!
Hurry, 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 hurry.
Incineration will begin in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Central gate has been opened. Incineration system has been disabled.
Okay. It did actually stop the incineration. It wasn't going to be everybody jumping through the door the second it opens. Oh, thank fucking Christ. No, no time to be happy, time to go.
Hurry! We've only got 9 seconds before the door closes! Go, go, go!
Come on guys, move it. Okay, we're all through. Move it, Jumpy. Just in time. But now they have to find a dead, don't they? And there goes the door. No, don't come down yet. You're not done. We've still got to find the dead. I've been waiting the entire game for them to go through one of the numbered doors. For them to have trouble finding the dead. And it's just not going to happen. I wonder if that's going to be a thing in one of the later games.
Shit. Looks like we made it, huh?
Man, that guy sure can laugh when he wants to. Looks like Clover and Lotus are totally out of energy. Snake is shaking his head wearily. I just want to take a nap, but...
Akane? Akane! Can you hear me? Akane!
I want to tell her we made it. I want to tell her how good I feel. But nothing. Okay, yeah, how does this play out differently? The door opened. Standing in front of it was my brother.
Akane!
So they have literally just changed history now.
Oi!
I cried his name, even though my voice was almost gone from screaming, and leapt into his arms.
Oh,
I buried my face in his chest and cried again. I cried and cried and cried. The steady thump of his heart in my ear made me feel like I was home. Its beats were almost like a lullaby. I wrapped my arms around him as far as they could go and held him as tight as I could. Just to be there felt like a miracle. I hadn't felt the warmth of another human body in what had seemed like an eternity. I just wanted to stay there in his arms forever, but I couldn't. The moment I passed through the door, my bracelets had begun the countdown to death. I leapt away from him and looked around. The door had already closed. God, I hope she brought the other 2 bracelets with her. I spotted the dead only a short distance away. It took me only a moment to get to and scan all of the bracelets. I left the ones Hongo had dropped on the scanner panel. That was it. I took a deep breath and looked around again. The huge detective who we'd called Seven, 9 years, and Snake, the blind boy, were looking at me. They seemed to have been utterly stunned by my sudden appearance. Their eyes were wide and their mouths hung open.
Alright, let's get out of here. If we don't book it, we might run into Hongo again.
Aoi was right. It was time we to get moving. The mention of Hongo seemed to jar Seven and Snake out of their surprise, and they nodded. We took off running up the spiral staircase to free him. Time for more running. But if they can get us out of here, no wonder we're running so hard. My heart's beating so hard I can barely hear. God, I can't wait to breathe real air again. Huh? Is Seven talking?
Hey, Junpei, can I ask you something?
What's up?
That door, the one with the 9 on it. Why'd it open?
Yes, please explain.
Yeah, all 5 of us verified our numbers on the red. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 is 26. That makes our digital route 8. It shouldn't have opened.
That's not like you, Lotus. I thought you would have figured it out already.
Huh? Why?
Because you were the person who taught me about the idea of bases.
Bases?
Yeah. What are the 2 numbers in base 2?
0 and 1.
How about base 10?
That goes from 0 to 9, right?
Then how about base 16?
0 through F. After 9, it starts at A and goes from there.
You're right. In other words, A in base 16 is 10 in base 10. B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, and so on.
So, what about it?
You don't get it? What if we keep going with that pattern? What if you go way past base 16 all the way to base 27?
Base 27?
Yeah.
Well, the numerical digits are the same. So, I guess you'd add alphabetical digits. E is 14, F is 15, G is 16,
H is 17, I is 18,
K is 20, L is 21, M is 22.
N is 23, O is 24, P is 25.
Yeah, and? What comes after that?
It was a Q.
Q.
26!
And what does that mean?
That wasn't a 9 on the door.
It was a Q! A fucking lower...
Yep, that's pretty much it. I guess to put it another way, you could say that it was a 9 in base 10, but a Q in base 27.
Time for more running. God, my thighs are killing me. I swear any moment now I'm going to tear a muscle. So, if Akane is the one that set this all up, she would have known through the morphic field that it was going to be these 5 people left in the room. So she set it all up so that that final door would open specifically with these 5 people that she knew would be there. Damn, every breath I take is a chore now. I feel like my lungs are gonna burst. Maybe just a short rest. No, can't stop. Don't have time. Come on, legs. There can't be many more of these steps left. Let's run. Run like a bullet down a rifle barrel. Like a tornado cutting through a sea of clouds. I feel like we're running along the back of a giant cold dragon. Finally. Jesus, I can barely breathe. No, Junpei, no time to rest. Pull yourself together, you're almost there.
Alright, I'm gonna open it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to look at the flowchart, but I don't want to like, oh fuck it, let's do it. How much is left? 2 sequences left. Fucking hell.
We're finally here.
Please do.
Sure, you look like a big heavy doll. But you're the only thing standing between me and my freedom. But even more importantly than that, you're the only thing standing between me and Akane. You're gonna open and you're gonna open now. I felt a hand on my shoulder. It was Aoi's. He gave it a small, reassuring squeeze. I was so happy I felt like I could melt. My heart was at peace, and not only because my brother and I were back together again, thanks to the huge detective, all 9 of us who had been kidnapped were finally able to escape from the gigantic. On the distant horizon we could see the faint outline of the ship as it sank. It gave a thunderous roar as it slipped beneath the waves. Its last cry echoed across the ocean, and then it was gone.
It's over.
Aoi whispered.
Yeah.
They've still got to explain how Akane and Aoi set this whole thing up as well. Because if the gigantic sank, then where the hell are we now? It was over. It was finally over. Or was it? Was it really? Oh god, are we in the friggin' facility in Nevada? Because it was set up to be exactly the same layout as Gigantic. No, that was wrong. That wasn't it at all. I was sure of it. This wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. This was only a prologue to what would happen in 9 years. Yes, finally, air. God, damn, that sun's bright. I can barely see anything. I gotta admit, this doesn't look quite like... Wait,
No way.
you gotta be shitting me.
What?
It can't be.
This is...
The building in Nevada, like I fucking said.
This is the building in the Nevada desert.
The mock experiment building.
Oh my god. This whole time we were in Building Q.
Sure enough, that's a desert out there with mountains and all around it. Hello there, son. Boy, am I ever glad to see you. I don't think I've ever been so happy to see a sunrise. Huh? Did I just hear something fall? Right, our bracelets. Guess I've never really got a good look at the underside of one of these. Let's see what's inside you. Just a little electronic chip, like an ATM card. That's it. There's nothing else. Nothing that even looks like a detonator. There was never a detonator to begin with. Figures.
Jumpy!
Huh. Guess I must be pretty crazy about a girl if I think I'm hearing her voice in the wind. Is that the end? Okay, that can't be the proper full end, can it? Because there was 2 things left on the timeline. There's 2 endings on the save file screen as well. Oh, it's not letting me skip this. Okay, so it did turn out to be kind of all along, as I kind of like thought it was going to be. She seemed very suspicious very early on into the game. I still don't know how they've set all of this up though. Like, how did the two of them get control of the other test site, the control site? Do we seriously not speed this up or skip this? I guess not. Okay, there's got to be some like after credits stuff. Here we go.
Are you okay?
Oh, come on. This is nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't look okay.
It was just before the end of elementary school. Hang on, before we do anything, I want to take a look at this goddamn floor chart. Okay. So there's still something after this. Where we're currently at. Save. Does that fill in one of the save ending things on the save screen? No, why is there still two? Okay. It was just before the end of elementary school. Jumpy and I were sitting next to each other on a small hill, looking down at the town as the sun slowly set.
How does it look then?
He was half serious and half joking. I thought about it for a minute first.
Well, let's see. It looks like you kissed a toad and got warts, but then they just kept growing and growing and growing.
What does that even mean?
Junpei grinned and...
Ow, 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 ow.
See? I told you you're not okay. You're too reckless. You can't beat 5 8th graders, Jumpy. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I couldn't just stand there. I mean, don't you think so? I had to do something.
like, get beaten the fuck up. So they did actually have a way of getting out of the facility. Once they got outside, there was actually vehicles they could use. Look at the Nevada desert go past. For an SUV, this thing's a pretty smooth ride. It sure was nice of someone to leave it for us outside the building. Keys in the ignition and gas in the tank. Where the hell is Santa and Ace? Almost like it was a present, you know. Anyway, we jumped in, and now here we are, screaming across the desert. Lotus is over there in the passenger seat. Snake and Seven and I are all squeezed into the backseat here. I still can't believe we let her drive.
This is so... This is so awesome! Driving is so great when there's nothing around, and there's no speed limit.
Do you know which direction you're going? Because you are in the middle of a desert.
Hey, Clover, watch those bumps, all right? This car jumps even a little, and I think I'm gonna get crushed to death.
Hey, shut it. I can't help if I'm big, all right? Suck it up.
Why don't you drive, Seven?
I'm a cop. I ain't gonna break the law.
He doesn't have an international license.
Do you?
Yeah, but you could have sat in the passenger seat.
Oh, hell no. There's no way I'm giving this seat up. And Clover, there's no need to slow down. The car Santa and June are in should be somewhere down this road ahead of us.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw some fresh tire tracks going out.
Okay.
There's no doubt about it.
Then we've got to hurry if we want to catch them, don't we?
Sure thing.
Oh shit. God damn it, she doesn't have to drive so fast. Man, I didn't even think a car like this could go this fast. We're sure throwing up a lot of dust. It was a couple of hours after we'd run into the junior high students. They'd been hiding in the bushes on the back of one of the hills, drenching a kitten in gasoline. Jesus fuck. the moment we saw what they were doing, Jumpy ran up to them, furious.
What the hell are you doing?
Then he jumped on them. He quickly scooped up the kitten and tossed it to me. I caught it and ran off to the police station as fast as I could.
Help me! Officer, please! You have to come with me!
A policeman and I headed back to the hill. All we found was Jumpy sprawled out on the ground, with a face covered in big swelling lumps.
You couldn't run away after you threw the kitty to me?
I asked him. He stuck his tongue out through the hole in the... He stuck his tongue out through the hole in his mouth where a tooth had fallen out.
Yeah, I guess I coulda.
Then why didn't you?
I didn't want to. I wanted to beat him up. Beat him up real good.
Because of what they were doing to the kitty.
Yeah, that too, but I think they were the ones behind those murders our first semester. Remember?
I remember.
Oh, you mean the bunnies?
Yeah, the bunnies.
He plucked some grass from the ground and tossed it into the wind.
They asked me what elementary school I was from, so I told them. And then they said they'd do the same thing to you that they did to the rabbits. I couldn't forgive them for that, so I... Hey, there's still some stuff I don't get.
Of course, they probably don't know any more than I do.
Like Ace. Well, I guess I should say Gentaro Hongo. Why did he create the Nonary project? Anybody? Any ideas?
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Well, yeah, I guess I could.
He's still in the trunk, I assume?
Oh, he's literally in the trunk of the car. Yeah, he is. Still tied up, I'm assuming with his mouth taped shut. His eyes just look empty, no emotion. He looks like he's just given up. I wonder if he even cares what happens to him anymore.
Hey, were you listening to us?
Yeah, go ahead and try and pretend you weren't, you old bastard. Let's get that tape off your mouth.
Come on, I know you were. Answer me.
You could at least look at me when I talk, man.
I only wanted to see the faces. Human faces. I thought if I could gain the ability to access the morphic field set, then perhaps I could see faces. By peering into people's minds, you could understand how they were processing the expressions of others.
That's it?
Yes, if you want to put it simply. But if you are looking for a more philosophical answer, I can supply that as well. You see, the human collective consciousness...
No, put the tape back on. I think that's enough out of you, pal. Time for the tape to go back on.
All right, so what's your second question?
You said there were some things you didn't get, didn't you?
Well, somebody's a little nosy.
Well, my next question doesn't really have anything to do with you two. This is for you, Seven. It's about the whole Alice thing.
Yeah, what the hell happened with that?
What's the deal with that?
Well, see, 9 years ago, after I escaped from the Gigantic, I kept going after Hongo on my own. I'd catch him when he finally slipped up. During the course of my investigations, I learned a lot more about the Gigantic. I also found out about Bourdain and Alice.
You're not really answering my question. Was there actually a girl who wouldn't melt at room temperature?
This sound effect for the car driving is a little bit too loud. It's kind of drowning out the voice acting a little bit. Can I actually change that in settings? No, I don't think so I can. Sounds like Hongo has something to say. Alright, fine, I'll let you talk, but you gotta behave.
What?
Alice doesn't exist. 9 years ago, I found Alice's coffin behind the library on the bottom deck. There was nothing in it but the root of a peculiar plant.
Okay.
My research determined that it was a member of the genus Mandragora, of the family Solanaceae. I was able to extract a particular alkaloid from it. I used that extract to create Soparu. Its creation was a tremendous boon to my firm, and we grew rapidly.
Okay. Shit, this is gonna go on forever. Tape's going back on, Hongo. The rest of my questions can wait a bit. For now, I think I'll just enjoy the ride.
Here, this is for you.
What's this?
This is a for you doll. His name is Junpei.
Jumpy pulled something out of his pocket and shoved out his arm towards me. In his hand was a doll made of yarn small enough to fit in his palm.
Jumpy, are you sure it's, for you, doll?
Huh? Yeah, the lady at the shop said so, so that means it's for you, right?
Are you sure it's not a voodoo doll?
Wait, what? That's... Oh, man. Oh, man.
Well, it sure looks like a voodoo doll. I mean, you do know what a voodoo doll is used for, right?
Yeah, I guess calling it Junpei isn't a very good idea then.
Why are you giving me this anyway? It just seems really sudden.
Well, you know how after June, we aren't gonna get to see each other too much? I mean, we're gonna be in different schools, and I just thought I'd,
Oh, okay, well, how about we call it June then?
He called it Jumpy, she called it June. It's a voodoo doll. Really? Is that the explanation of how they're accessing the morphic field?
Okay. So, I wanted to give you this.
You sound like some sort of tribal chief in a bad movie.
Yes. I, head of tribe. This doll, traditional charm of tribe. So I give this, it me. So we always together.
Oh, Jumpy.
If something bad, then hold and pray. I go wherever you are. So here, take.
I reached out my hand and picked up the doll gently.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jumpy.
Before I knew it, I was crying. Tears streamed down my face and fell onto June's tiny yarn body.
Oh, Jumpy. I'll never forget you. I promise.
Jumpy looked straight into my eyes and said just 5 words.
I'll never forget you either.
The sky was a beautiful crimson red as it melted down towards the horizon. The last golden rays of sunlight stretched out across the city and painted themselves across the hills. We sat, bathed in the warm light of evening. Just the two of us, leaning gently against one another, shoulder to shoulder. The sun set, and we still didn't leave. We watched in silence as the darkness deepened, and one by one the lights of the town began to flicker on. There's still one thing I don't get. To be honest, it's the biggest mystery as far as I'm concerned. And also the only one that's really important. It has to do with June and Akane. 9 years ago she died in the incinerator on the Gigantic. But she's alive now, as June. But how? Was it because I tapped into the morphic field set and saved her 9 years ago? Alright, let's say that makes some kind of insane sense. If I did that, then how do I make sense of what Seven remembers? Snake makes sense, he's blind. But he couldn't have seen her body anyway. But Seven, he said he was sure he saw her. Does that mean there's some kind of historical discrepancy? Oh wait, maybe that's not it at all. There's one other logical explanation. Was what you told me the truth, Seven? You look satisfied. No. No way. He couldn't.
Hey, look! Over there! There's somebody next to the road.
Was he working with them?
What?
Oh! What the fuck? All ice? The burning gaze of the Nevada sun pounded down on her head. The desert around her rippled with heat. Standing there on that shimmering plain was a woman with her arm out and her thumb up. It would not be long before Junpei realized who she was. What? Fuck off. No, that can't be the ending. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? Saw all previews in 999. Would you like to save the info you obtained due to this playthrough? After saving the game, will we start from the beginning? Yes, let's save. Does this fill in both of the ending things? It does, okay. Why is that two separate things? I wonder if that extra ending bit is given because I went and got all of the alternate endings and not just the one specific one I needed to get the true ending. Maybe, I'm not sure. What the fuck? So that just ended with who I assume is Alice. Just in the middle of the fucking desert. And if we go out, there's that on the right hand side, there's the cast of the second game. Is that lady on the left of that group all ice? I did also wonder if the girl below her is Clover. It's kind of like a similar look to them. The hair colour is slightly different, but I don't know. Wow, that was a weird fucking ending. That was cool, I liked it. It went in a completely different direction than I thought it was going to go. Like, I knew like the morphic field thing was going to come into play. Because obviously they spent the entire fucking game setting that up, so of course it was going to do something, but I didn't think it was going to be Junpei communicating with June. I thought it was going to be like him talking to various versions of himself across different realities, which kind of did happen a bit. With him learning information from the other bad timelines. That was good. That was a cool game. I like that. So I've got the other two to play through, but I'm not going to jump into them straight away. We've got... What's the second game called? I literally don't remember what it's called. Is it Virtue's Last Reward? Or is that the last one? Let's have a look, see what it's called. Yeah, Virtue's Last Reward. And then we've got the third game, Zero Time Dilemma as well. Apparently the third one's not as good, apparently, but now we'll see. We'll go through them all. I'm curious to see. But yeah, that's going to be it for that. So I've said before, the way I'm doing this is going to be a break between the Kingdom Hearts stuff. So now that we've finished this, we'll be going back and doing the Kingdom Hearts 2.8 collection, which is the Birth by Sleep mini short chapter game with Aqua, Dream Drop Distance, and then the Union Cross movie, and then we'll come back and do Virtue's Last Reward. And then we'll do Kingdom Hearts 3, and then we'll come back and do Zero Time Dilemma. That's the way we're doing it. So that's kind of like the future of streams for a while. And maybe I might put like a short game or two in between, depending on what's coming out at the time. We shall see, we shall see. But yeah, that is going to be it for tonight. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers. Bye.